Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate, 1600 on the map. Yeah, supposed to be the people's house. I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big baller, big tech, turn these dreams to bags. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promise they selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap.
Legends walk these rooms, Lincoln, MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays all day, I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus.
It's the people's house. Zeus. Powers in the air, Zeus. We knocking on the door, Zeus. We wanna hear your song. Yeah.
Who you think they asking for? They asking for that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
My portrait on the wall, they staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. Trapping out the west wind, doing deals all in the dark. Think your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know.
Happy Friday. Good morning. Maybe I won't get in trouble.
No stains on my kicks and the rally outside, and the gates is locked. I would never divide.
Let's go.
For the block, yeah, buses make them wanna fight. All day, all night.
This house is the trap, got it power. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Happy Friday.
I'ma bring it back. In the people's house. Powers in the air. Yeah, it's the people's house.
No recording. You know, I'm always going to get recorded. It's okay. Thank you, Rick. Hey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started in this week on a high note. Happy Friday. Yes, make sure you share the live and send it out to all of your friends. All right. Like, subscribe, follow. Let's go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'll be back. You like the dark shirt? You told me that, Eugene. Let's go. Let's go. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas.
I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Good morning. So amazing to see all of you lovely people. Hey, that algorithm turned me to a maniac. Let's go. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Thank you. A lot of people are traveling today, so it's amazing you're all here. All right, here's my favorite part right here. Here's my favorite part right here. Here we go. Here we go.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very radical.
Okay.
It was horrible.
Okay.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh.
It's like deja vu. It's
They
like deja vu.
always say it, don't they?
It's like deja vu.
They always say that about me, right?
It's like deja vu.
All right. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome, and I am back to do the real work that it takes to save this great country of ours, and it's so amazing to see each and every single one of you. All right, but before we get into the content, let's take care of some very important housekeeping items. For some of you, this might be your very, very first time tuning in to a show like this. That's okay. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, and I should just let Eugene answer and explain why they call me Triple H, because he knows it right now and it's so true. But he won't do that because it'll hurt him too much. I know that. But I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, and the reason they say it's Triple H is because the first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. No one more honest than me, all right? The second H is, well, it's because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me, all right? Listen, if I get it wrong, I'll be the first to apologize, but here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, does that mean that I owe you an apology? Absolutely not. No. 9 times, actually 10 times out of 10, it most likely means you need to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast, because you just might learn something, all right? So that's the second H. And then the third and the most important H of them all, ladies and gentlemen, it is truly because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Yeah, I did that. Thank you. Now, many of you know, you're very familiar with the brand that I do over here. What we do over here is very spectacular. It's magical. It's sensational. It's theatrical in a way, all right? It's diabolical, some like to say. What we do is we destroy the MAGA spirit, the MAGA demon in real time. It's a dirty job. I'm starting to realize it's a really dirty job, because sometimes you got to go there with a lot of these Trump voters in order to make the point, all right? Because they think they're smarter than you until you actually start putting the pressure on them, right? Because, and I'll give you a good example of what I'm talking about. So I've been asking MAGA as of late, don't get up here and start quoting anything about the economy. Good morning, drummer, nice to see you. And good morning, Kabira. I've been asking MAGA to get up here and, give us proof that the economy is doing as good as Donald Trump likes to say. And so this is a funny story. One Trump voter, because I've been talking about how Donald Trump said our utility bills are supposed to be cut in half. One Trump voter, and I'm not going to mention their name because God bless them, but they're really trying hard to defend Donald Trump. So they say, Zeus, look at my utility bill. This is what they say, WVIP. They say, Zeus, look at my utility bill. It's cheaper, all right? And so I looked at it and I said, well, compared to mine, it actually is cheaper. And I said, well, is he giving you some sort of tax credits, or are you getting some credits on your bill or what? No, Zeus, no. What happened was the bill started to go up. And so what I did was I started just keeping the lights off. So I cut the lights off. I cut my oven off. I don't use the oven that much anymore. I don't cook the food all the way. I just cook it about halfway. And I don't even turn on the heat. And so when you do that, Zeus, Trump is right. So what he's doing is making his supporters suffer. And I said, ma'am, and I said, sir, please don't say that. That's not a good thing, right? You shouldn't have to cut back, all right? Zeus, you shouldn't have to cut back. And they know who they are. Thank you, VIP. And so now they're sitting there wondering, maybe Zeus is right. I shouldn't have to live in darkness. I shouldn't have to live in such a cold house, even though it's your house. You should be comfortable in your house. You shouldn't have to live like that. And so now they're starting to realize maybe there is something to what we're saying on this show. Okay, yeah. And maybe it is true that Donald J. Trump is lying, right? So what I'll do is this, before I go any further, because we got to do there's some crazy stuff going on in the world underneath Donald Trump and this administration, and I got to get through it. If there are there any Trump voters out there? Anybody out there still worshiping Donald Trump? Good morning, Ange, the beautiful Ange. Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Anyone out there? Because I get so tired of y'all coming onto my show and then reporting me, all right? And the rest of them, everyone else is so tired of it. And I'll just say this. If you're a Trump supporter, right, and you just hate that I'm great, all right? You hate that Zeus is great. You hate that I'm right, even though you might be white. I just thought of that. I'm right, but you just can't stand the fact that, you know what? You've been played like a fiddle by Donald Trump, and we're exposing it in real time. Do me a favor and leave this show right now, because I promise you it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will, but get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, The doors to the Thunderdome, they have officially closed, and I take no responsibility for the sparks that are about to start flying. All right, and we're gonna have some sparks in here flying. So we all know what today is, right? Today is what? Today is the day that we all should be getting a huge deposit of Epstein files and the beginning of, I believe, Donald J. Trump possibly getting impeached, all right? Because what we've been finding out about Donald Trump and his relationship with Epstein is that, number one, has Donald Trump been transparent with the American people about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? No. Someone said no. You're correct. All right, W to you. So where are we at? Today is December 19th. Where are we at in American history when the Epstein files are supposed to be released? Well, first off, we have a problem. Folks are missing in Washington, D.C.
See,
Hold on.
the Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C.,
Washington.
December 18th, 2025.
What's this?
I hereby designate the period from Thursday, December 18th, 2025 through Monday, January 5th, 2026 as a district work period under Clause 13 of Rule 1. Signed sincerely, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
And right there, MAGA Mike had the House of Representatives gavel out, and they're on vacation.
What?
MAGA Mike, Donald Trump shutting down Congress, saying everybody go home so that no vote could be taken to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. Also, Donald Trump and MAGA Mike did not want to have members there when the Epstein files are supposed to be released today. They all wanted to get out of town, and we know they're going to try to create more distractions, right?
So Donald Trump and MAGA Mike are once again colluding together, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is just, to me, this is dishonorable in my opinion. All right, W drummer, thank you. So they don't want to release the Epstein files at all, and they're not even letting the people in Congress do things that actually can help American people. Like, okay, so we got to run out of health insurance. All right, it's that serious. This is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. By the end of the day, I believe a lot of you Trump voters, and I know this is true, because when they say who is this going to impact the most, we're talking about the Affordable Care Act subsidies that happened during C-19 that is helping a lot of people actually be able to have medical insurance. Who does this impact the most? MAGA, especially in the state of Florida. So what we're going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire, because the first round of the Lake of Fire, this goes to Donald Trump and MAGA Mike Johnson, as well as the supporters of theirs that continue to let them strip them of their freedom and liberties, all in the name of defending a P3DO. Join me in sending these demons straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, now we're gonna move it along because, you know, like I said, today is the day that it's D-Day. And what did we get this morning, ladies and gentlemen? What did we get this morning? We had Donald Trump's own Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche. All right, he gets onto national television and he announces that we're going to get hundreds of thousands of files deposited today. But there's a catch to it. I guess we got to wait a few more weeks for the rest of the files.
So in these files, are we going to learn any new information about Epstein and people that may have been associated with him?
So yes, so today is the 30 days and I expect that we're going to release several 100,000 documents today, and those documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency, and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation and cases. And we saw during the Biden administration radio silence from the very Democrats that are screaming from congressional steps today.
I'm starting to think that Donald Trump really isn't he has a serious problem, and his entire administration has a serious problem. And this is beyond Biden derangement syndrome. What the heck did Joe Biden? Can someone answer? There's two questions now that I need MAGA to answer. One question is, if you're so smart, how did you go and vote for Donald Trump again after you survived his first term? Please, I just need an honest answer. The second question is, if you are so smart, why do you keep bringing up Joe Biden to explain everything that's happening in the Trump administration when you know that Donald Trump is the sitting president? How does that work in your world, MAGA? I've just never seen. Biden had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. There's no photos of Joe Biden and Jeffrey Epstein anywhere. You don't have them. So why do we have to keep mixing up Joe Biden with this is sick.
Documents will come in all different forms, photographs and other materials associated with all of the investigations into Mr. Epstein. And just so everybody appreciates, President Trump has said for years that he wants full transparency and he wants the Department of Justice to release everything that we can with respect to this investigation and cases. And we saw during the Biden administration radio silence from the very Democrats that are screaming from congressional steps today that we haven't done enough. But guess what? President Trump signed that law 30 days ago, and we have been working tirelessly since that day to make sure that we get every single document that we have within the Department of Justice, review it, and get it to the American public. Now, the most important thing that the Attorney General has talked about, that Director Patel has talked about, is that we protect victims. And so what we're doing is we are looking at every single piece of paper that we are going to produce, making sure that every victim, their name, their identity,
get it out,
their story, to the extent it needs to be protected, is completely protected.
Okay. And so what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is more evidence of a cover-up happening right before our very eyes. This is Todd Blanche. This is the same knucklehead, knuckle-dragger that moved Ghislaine Maxwell from a high-security prison to a minimum-security prison. And according to Susie Wiles, when Donald Trump found out, he was very upset with him, but he wasn't upset enough to remove him from his position, which is clearly a lie. All right, they're all in on this. This is all massive cover up. And MAGA knows it while they're parading around chasing after Erica Kirk. I saw what Erica Kirk did yesterday and JD Vance and all of these knucklehead and these knuckle draggers. I say, if you are a Trump voter now and you are still following these turning point people, God, you know what? You deserve hell. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire because Todd Blanche, Donald Trump, Turning Point, they're all in on this cover up. MAGA knows it. Who was Epstein's best friend? Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these P3DO protectors where they belong. Straight to hell. I get so tired of having to do this. I really do.
Silence, you MAGA.
I want to try to get to heaven if possible. I'm hearing I'm not doing well.
You're not. Listen, and I'll say this because someone asked in the audience, they said, are you a Christian? And I invited the demon up here, and the demon trembled and didn't want to come up in the box. So I'll answer this. You don't need to worry about me. You need to really worry about yourselves, all right? And I'll be honest with you. If you voted for Donald Trump 3 times, you're not a Christian, and you are a prime candidate for hell, all right? And no one on earth that has any lick of sense will accept any other thing about you, all right? You can sit here and lie. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to God. W, Zeus. They're not Christians. They're hypocrites. Now, I don't know if a lot of you have followed what happened yesterday with all the chaos that happened, but I'm going to leave the Epstein situation on this note. I'm expecting everybody in the Trump administration to follow the law, release all the files. I don't got time for you to do these dribble and drabs of documents. No. And I don't want no. We know there's a hard drive that got photos, pictures, videos. hey, as long as it's clean and on the up and up and the victim's name, the survivors' names are redacted, release it all so that we can start getting real justice in America. And they say, well, Zeus, what kind of justice do you want? Because a lot of them go, Zeus, do you think Donald Trump is in the files? Oh my God! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We've been reported. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! They reported Big Zeus. I knew it. They always do it. They always do it.
Silence!
Hold on.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
W Zeus. They cried. Yeah. Well, we'll see if the appeal goes through. If the appeal doesn't go through, then you know what? We'll restart. But in the meantime, I want to at least finish up this part of the show. All right. So I want to go through the next part, which is the New York Times. They published an incredible, accurate piece yesterday. It's pretty lengthy, but it details Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. So for all of you out there who still might be thinking, oh, I don't think Trump and Epstein had anything to go on, because Donald Trump, through playing 5D chess, he basically reported Epstein to the feds. He never did anything. All right. This should blow your mind and hopefully get you to wake up and get out of that fog.
Times reveals never before seen details about the relationship between President Trump and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The deeply sourced story details just how close Epstein and Trump were and what brought them together. It's in direct contrast to a Trump lawyer's claims that the future president and Epstein did not socialize together and were never really friends. Joining me now, the man behind that story,
they're not
New York
friends.
Times political and
They're not
investigative
friends,
reporter Nicholas Confessori. Nick, I want you to take us inside this reporting.
Listen to this.
How close were they really?
I think they were as close as any other friends that they had. And I think that Jeffrey Epstein thought he was Donald Trump's closest friend for a period. They spent a lot of time talking on the phone about women and sexual conquests. They spent time at Trump Tower or over at Jeffrey Epstein's offices nearby on Madison Avenue. They flew on each other's planes, and they partied together a lot. At a lot of parties with women, people who are younger than they are. And I think what brought them together was women and sexual conquest.
Now, we should say that there's no indication. We have no proof that Donald Trump did anything that was criminal or related.
Actually, I'm not going to even play that game. How many of you think Donald Trump did something with Jeffrey Epstein in the audience? Just put a yes if you believe that you've seen enough evidence that he did something. How many of you believe he's done something? All right, W to the chat. Thank you. Duh. You see this? So all you Trump voters out there, do you understand how crazy you all look and sound to people who can think for themselves? Hey, Erica, we all see there's no way this man could have this many photos. Remember DJ got in my live? Zeus, I mean, for goodness sakes, we showed you the rubbers, bro, with Trump's face on it. And that demon got in my box and flat out lied. Or something's really wrong with him. Why can't you Trump supporters just admit you voted for a P3DO? And that you don't care about women and children? Why can't y'all just admit it? We see it. And this is just what they've been able to find through what they call investigative reporting. Imagine what Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino know.
Criminal activities that put Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in prison. Having said that, you actually spoke to a former assistant of Epstein's. And I thought, well, how do we know all of this? Because you get into some pretty specific details. He actually let assistants listen in on the phone calls with Donald Trump?
What?
Yeah, it was a power play. So we spoke to several former assistants and employees of Jeffrey Epstein's. And he had a habit of putting Donald Trump and other famous friends on the phone. It was partly a power play and partly a way that he groomed people.
So Donald Trump or Epstein, this is what they're saying happens. Epstein calls Donald Trump and they start bragging about, and they keep using the term women, but we all know what Epstein was convicted of. So if you just use common sense, what they were bragging about was crimes they committed. Hey, by the way, look at that. Appeal approved. I won my appeal. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I won my appeal. They know I'm not lying. Thank you. Stop reporting me. Thank goodness. Can't catch a break. Thank you. Thank you. W. Rick. All right, but so Donald Trump Epstein and Donald Trump, they call each other bragging about the crimes that they've been committing together. Y'all still think Donald Trump is innocent, MAGA? Do you really think this is...
Powerful I am. I can put this person on the phone. I can get them on the phone. I can put them on speaker. We're friends. That's how powerful I am. It was a way that he groomed people. And he would put Donald Trump on the phone. And they would talk about sex.
In response to your question,
Wow. So they get on the phone and brag about having... You know what? I'll play it for you. You know what it reminds me of, right?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
You hear that? So if you connect the dots, it's very simple to follow. If Donald Trump and Epstein called each other and bragged about having that in common, and then Donald Trump says that him and Ivanka have that in common, only a fool, an evil, wicked individual would not be able to see what's really going on, which is clearly, these are crimes.
The White House called it a fake story, which is not worth the paper it's printed on. Just another stale regurgitation of decades-old false allegations, adding that President Trump did nothing wrong and he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago for being a creep. In fact, again, Trump has never been implicated in this wrongdoing. So is this about, as people are looking to hear from him, is it about what he observed, maybe what he knew? And is it even more important given that we are expecting more Epstein Files to be released?
Well, look, based on our interviews and a scouring of court records and other sources, at least 6 people who have accused Maxwell and Epstein of grooming and abuse or abuse were at some point introduced to Trump through them. And what?
You hear that? So we have at least 6 people that were, SA'd by Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein. They were introduced to Donald Trump. How y'all gonna keep running from this, MAGA? I mean, could you imagine, Marsha, honestly, could you imagine the amount of shame and humiliation all of you so-called conservative women are gonna have to live with the rest of your life? Because you're gonna have to tell your children and your children's children, your neighbors, that you, for some strange reason, voted for Donald Trump. And when it all comes out, the other part that's going to make it hurt the most is you're going to also have to admit the Democrats were right the whole time. And that's going to really, I've seen people really struggle to accept their fate. Right? I've seen people, you should see people when they have to accept their fate. For instance, say if you're battling an addiction and you got to go into like an AA meeting, right? And you got to admit you got an issue, right? And a lot of people, when that pressure comes, it hurts like heck, and they don't make it. So I'm sending this out there to all the Trump voters out there. Y'all better wake up now, because payday is right around the corner.
Was a minor, and you can read her story in public court records. She said that she was brought to Mar-a-Lago by Jeffrey Epstein when she was 14 and introduced and said, and Epstein kind of nudged Donald Trump and said, this is a nice one, right? Something like that. So I don't know. I think the reader has to judge if 2 grown men are staying there with a 14-year-old, right? What message can you take from that? What should the men have assumed was happening? And that's a question for Trump to answer. He didn't want to answer any of our questions specifically. We got one blanket statement for a long list of questions. And we'll see if he ever answers those questions.
Let me go ahead and play that back. Because see, I know MAGA was sitting in my audience crashing out. Hey, DJ, come back here, DJ, explain this.
And are staying there with a 14-year-old, right? What message can you take from that? What should the men have assumed was happening? And that's a question for Trump to answer. He didn't want to answer any of our questions specifically. We got one blanket statement for a long list of questions. And we'll see if he ever answers those questions.
I recommend this to folks. The depth of the reporting is so impressive. Nicholas Confessori, it's always great to see you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And so, and you know, it goes back to Katie Johnson. Oh, no, it's not between Trump and God. God is not even in that. That's between Trump and the devil. See, making waves, that's how I know you just played yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, the proof is in the pudding. And I promise you, as Trump voters become closer and closer to the truth about who their dear leader is. Listen, look at this, MAGA. Look at this. How many photos? That's 2, that's 3, 4. How many? I mean, that's at least 4 or 5 photos, right, of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. How many of these photos of your dear leader? How many of them do you need to see, MAGA, before you actually come to a reasonable conclusion? Hey, your daddy is a sick person. And I'm not just talking about physically, but he's sick physically too. And then you're going to have to live with that guilt. And then I'm going to add a little to it. You know, they say, don't throw salt on the wound. I'm going to throw some salt on the wound. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. For all of you Trump voters out there, I don't really have much else to say other than this. Do me a favor. Pack your bags. No, you don't even need, because you're not going on a vacation this time. You're going to your final destination. Join me in sending these demons straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. All right, now, one of the things that the internet is pretty good at, ladies and gentlemen, is giving you visuals to help you understand kind of what's happening. And so what I'll do is this, and I believe this is a MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen. I believe 100% in my soul that this is a MAGA demon because of the crime that was committed. And then where they ran to, all right, they went to Marion County Sheriff's Office. This is a viral story, but I decided to bring it into the kingdom because it's relevant, because there's a lesson in this. It's called, if you try to live a lie, eventually you will be exposed. And in some cases, you will get caught and you will be prosecuted. And so the backstory is a woman, she took her daughter from the husband and left Kentucky and went to Florida. And for 40 years, you know, Jesus was wandering in the wilderness for 40 days. So when you put the 40 on it, it means a lot, right? She thought she had evaded law enforcement. And then one day she's out walking the pooch. And guess who showed up? It looks like ice, but it's not ice. And so what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lesson in this. Listen to this. Listen to what this woman did. All right,
From Central Florida's True Crime Files, it's a headline straight out of a movie. A mother accused of kidnapping her own daughter, fleeing to Central Florida, and then living under a fake name. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. I'm Luann Sorrell.
Good evening, I'm Hannah McKenzie. Michelle Marie Newton was a toddler, just 3 years old, when she was abducted in 1983. Now she is 46. Investigators say her mother was hiding out here in Marion County. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte is live with us tonight. So, Steph, where exactly did they track her down?
Oh.
Deputies tracked her down outside of her home in the Villages, and when they went to arrest her, it seemed like she was with her friend walking her dog at the time, and they thought it was a joke, but it was no laughing matter.
Hey! How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
After more than 4 decades on the run, a woman's alleged lie ends in Central Florida.
Well, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Deputies in Marion County arrested Deborah Newton, accused of abducting her 3-year-old daughter from Louisville in 1983.
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
That child, Michelle Newton, disappeared after her mother claimed she was moving to Georgia. Michelle was never seen again. Until now. For years, Michelle's father searched for her as the case grew cold. An FBI warrant followed, and Deborah Newton was once listed among the nation's most wanted parental kidnapping fugitives.
Wow.
The break came this year, a single Crime Stoppers tip in Florida, when someone identified a possible match for a 66-year-old woman using a different name.
Wow.
I don't know anything. Investigators compared photos, then confirmed it with DNA. A 99.99% match. Newton was cuffed in Marion County in November.
Want to take a seat for me? Give me a hand.
She was extradited to Kentucky. Michelle, now an adult, contacted investigators herself after discovering her true identity. She's now reunited with her father and extended family. Deborah Newton faces felony custodial interference, a charge with no statute of limitations.
Now we're going to stop that right there. Isn't that some evil and wicked stuff? But you know what makes it even more sad, ladies and gentlemen? You got to go to the actual footage of her being picked up, because she said something that really disturbed me. She actually, and I know that's why I say it's a Trump supporter in a way, because, you know, when Trump gets jammed up, he brings up Joe Biden. In the middle of this, the name Reggie. I heard this and I said, okay, see, now, what does Reggie have to do with it? What does Reggie have to do with this? All right. And apparently they thought the cops were there to get a brother named Reggie the whole time until things got serious.
Oh, Reggie!
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon! They don't want me. They want Reggie. What's up?
You hear that? You hear that? They don't want me. They want Reggie. No. They want you. They want you, you demon. That's how demons
Well, we're
get
here
caught.
for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Whoa, why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
Oh!
They have to be.
Ma'am,
They have to be kidding. They have to be kidding. Her friend goes up to her. You guys cut it out. This is Sharon right here. And listen to what the cop tells her friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Her friend all of a sudden understands the gravity of it and admits, oh, I'm not friends with that person. I'm so sorry. See how the devil leaves you? This is a good example of how a person looks when the devil leaves them. And now it's judgment. Look at her face right there. She subconsciously knows what's happening. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, Trump voters, while y'all out here playing games with folks. Eventually, this is going to happen.
They got the call.
Oh, see, you didn't got.
Whoa, why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
They have to be.
Ma'am, we're not.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Get on back.
Thank you.
Serious stuff happening here.
I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't understand?
So we'll do it in the front, okay?
Look at those handcuffs.
If you're
I didn't do anything.
Oh, you didn't do anything. Yeah. Same lines Donald Trump says. Did you notice the parallels? Isn't it so funny? See, anybody that's been living life long enough, you know why it's very important to take accountability for your actions. At least I know. But when you're dealing with the MAGA demon, they think this is a game. They think it's a game all the way until they get caught. And this is why I have to do shows like this, as difficult as they are. And I say this is the MAGA demon just because of the territory that this person has been occupying. This person has allowed themselves to become a vassal of transgression. Why did they go to Florida? Well, isn't that where Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein is? Listen, no offense to all the wonderful folks out in the state of Florida, all right? I understand you got to deal with it just like we do. But this is a good example of why a lot of y'all need to stop worshiping Donald Trump. And listen, y'all got to start taking accountability for your conduct, all right? So what we're going to do is this, Miss Sharon. And it's so sad because she was walking the dog at the same time. But you never know when the devil is going to visit you. Actually, you don't know when judgment is going to visit you, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending this MAGA demon. Her name is Sharon, who committed a crime decades ago, 40 years, only to be caught in Florida All right, and she doesn't know what's happening. Join me in sending this MAGA demon straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Reggie. All right, yeah. And so, yeah, I bring these stories out here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's very, very important to understand what's really happening in the United States right now. And a lot of times, if you let Donald Trump tell it, it's always the Democrats and it's always Joe Biden. But no, what we have going on in this country, ladies and gentlemen, this is stuff I've never ever seen before in my life. The next thing that I wanted to do is, I guess we need to at least go through this situation right here. They found the person that went up to Brown University, and they had a whole press conference about it. And I just want to say the FBI clearly, under cash Patel, they're taking quite the slacking because their credibility is just through, it's really at the lowest levels I've ever seen. Remember when this all unfolded, they had some sort of Democrat. Remember when this, yeah, you saw it. This is MAGA. This is MAGA. I could, oh, no. Why do you say he's MAGA? Well, if you look into it, you'll know what happened in 2017, and who was in office 2017? Donald Trump. You'll know what happened, but let's listen to this.
Homeless man who goes by John. Now, investigators say that he's a former Brown University student who grew suspicious of the gunman when he locked eyes with him in the bathroom just 2 hours before the shooting inside the Barris and Holly building. The gunman, his name is Claudio Neves Valente. Now, John, pictured here, is the man police were looking to speak to because of how close he got to that gunman. John said he followed Neves Valente out of the building before the shooting and played a game of cat and mouse in the neighborhood. Surveillance video shows Neves Valente running away from John. At one point, he stood just feet away from the gunman and questioned why he was circling the block. The gunman repeatedly responded, quote, "Why are you harassing me?" When police released images of the suspect after the shooting, John wrote an anonymous Reddit post describing seeing the gunman unlock a parked gray Nissan sedan with Florida plates he thought could be a rental.
Florida plates. Jesus Christ. Is it? Wow. Florida plates. Isn't that interesting? Did we just have a situation from another MAGA demon from the state of Florida?
Days after the shooting, John anonymously called the police tip line and flagged his own Reddit post. On Wednesday, John walked up to police, revealed that he was the man police were looking for, that he was close to the gunman, and that the Reddit post came from him. Yeah. Police used license plate readers to track the gray Nissan to an Alamo car rental center in Boston. They pulled surveillance images showing Neves Valente, and they traced him to a storage facility in Salem, New Hampshire, where he was found dead last night. Now, Neves Valente was spotted in the Brown University building on November 28th. That's 2 weeks before the shooting. Last night, I asked investigators how it could be that a homeless man and not police noticed a suspicious person in that time.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have, and again, I know there's some amazing people in the state of Florida, but I have to say it this way because if you listen to these so-called conservatives out here, they will lead you to believe that the Democrats truly have the biggest problems in America. And they always point to states like California. Look at Governor Gavin Newsom. It's a failed state. We have two situations, real bad situations. And when we drill down into it, for some strange reason, actually, I would say four when you add in Epstein and Donald Trump, because for some strange reason, both of them, all of them, they just commit some of the most bizarre, heinous acts I've ever seen. And yet they'll do this and they'll accuse the Democrats. It's a sick thing. It's a sick thing going on in the United States of America, and I want absolutely nothing to do with it. So what we'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire once again. Yeah. Join me in sending these so-called demons from Florida who love to project their evilness onto Democrats, but it's really them the whole time. Join me in sending these demons where they belong, straight to hell! And that's a huge W for Big Zeus. I mean, MAGA, please explain what's going on in your state. Explain what's going on with your people. Why are your people, if Donald Trump is really doing such a great job in the country, why are they behaving so terribly? And these are your people. You can't say that these people that I'm talking about are Democrats. They don't fit the description, so to speak. All right. Now, the last update is this, ladies and gentlemen. Donald Trump is supposedly giving a rally in North Carolina today. I don't know if you know about this, right? He's supposed to be giving a rally today, and I just want to make sure that we at least listen to what he's going to be talking about on his rally today. And there's a couple parts in here. There's another part in here that I want to actually send him to hell for, because when you say that Washington D.C. is a safe space, and then you know what happened in Washington D.C. around Thanksgiving, you know the man's lying.
Before the end of the year, but pretty soon.
And then Rocky Mount, North Carolina tomorrow night. Tell us what your message is going to be there.
Say what?
When you go to Rocky Mount, North Carolina tomorrow night, what's your message going to be?
Well, it's not going to be that much different from what I did last night. I mean, we've had tremendous success. We're bringing prices down. We inherited a mess. And part of what we inherited was the worst inflation in 48 years. I say history, but we had the worst inflation. It drove prices up. And now we're bringing those prices down. But I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about the fact that we secured the border, where literally nobody can come into our country illegally anymore. They came in from prisons and mental institutions and drug dealers and, a lot of bad people from all over the world. Yeah. Venezuela emptied their prisons into our country. We had Tren de Aragua, which supposedly, the doctors don't know this, it's the meanest gang of them all. Okay, doctor? You don't have to know about it. You got other problems. But they let a lot of bad people in here. And so I think I'll be talking about that. I think I'll be talking about the tremendous success we have by sending the National Guard into various cities. And D.C. is the ultimate example. People walk to work and they thank me all the time. People in the White House, they just walk to the White House from 10 blocks away. Before I came into office, they couldn't do that. They were getting badly hurt in many cases, and beyond hurt, killed. So we were losing people. We were losing, on average, a person a week. Can you believe it? More. And now we haven't lost anybody in a long time. I consider the two people that got so badly hurt, the National Guard, that's a difference. That was terrorism. That was terrorism. Oh. And probably terrorism, maybe terrorism, because they were unhappy with the tremendous success we've had.
So I'm gonna stop them right there. Oh, look at that! They're reporting to live. Okay, gifts have been suspended. I don't get it. All right, moving along. So what we have is this, ladies and gentlemen. The most incompetent person and deranged lunatic I've ever seen in my life is saying Washington, D.C. is a safe city. He's gotten crime all the way down to nothing, except for the two National Guards people, one of whom we all know lost her life. And he doesn't count that because in his mind, he says it's the T word. Does anyone feel safer with Donald Trump as president? Does anyone feel safer with Donald Trump as president? I'm just asking. Anyone feel safe with Donald Trump being in charge of the country? Because I really want to talk to you. Nope, that's what I thought. So what we're going to do with that, W to the audience. Thank you. So what we're going to do is this, ladies and gentlemen. Join me once again in sending Donald Trump and his legion of demons who continue to prop this filthy, vile creature up and subject us all to torture. Join me in sending him straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA
W. Big Zeus, seriously, wow, you all deserve a huge round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to open up the box and start having some honest conversations. And we don't got all day. Are there any Trump voters out there? Anyone out there that's been worshiping Donald Trump that wants to go ahead and give up the ghost today? Go ahead and identify yourselves. Put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. And honestly, it will not take long. They're scared. You think so? Why does he keep sending me a guest request? Gregory, you want to talk today, Gregory? Gregory. See, Gregory, that's somebody out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send them straight to hell. Gregory, no. No means no, Gregory. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Gregory straight to hell. Take off. Bye, Gregory.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All righty then, let's move it along. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we have? Jose, good morning. Welcome to the show, Jose. Well, I don't think. Oops, hold on. I think Jose messed up. Good morning, Tiffany, for the people. Welcome. How's it going?
It's been a minute.
I know, long time no see. I hope all means well over there. I mean, I hope you've been staying busy. All right, your haters, they're still here. They're looking for you, but I hope you're doing good. All right.
They were really upset the other night in Angie's live.
Oh well, then you know what? W to you and Ange, you're doing an outstanding job. You really are, and I appreciate it. To be quite honest with you.
I appreciate you, Zeus. Happy holidays to you and the kingdom.
Yes, well, thank you. Well, what do you got for us this lovely Friday morning? There's so much going on, you know, you never know what's going on, but what do you got for us this morning?
Well, you know, I tried to watch the abysmal speech the other night, but I could only last about, you know, how most men last about 3 minutes watching Trump spew all the nasty shit he was.
Wow. Wow. So you weren't impressed with the speech at all, is what you're saying?
No, not at all. No.
Wow.
No. And I do like how the Dems were sitting in their pink jackets and pants looking phenomenal, and just half the room was not, you know, wanting to hear his bullshit.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to touch on is that I want us to realize that the white men are not okay.
Oh, that you opened up you opened up a lane that I don't mind going into, but please, what do you mean by that?
Well, as you see globally, the horrific amount of violence, pew violence especially, is committed by who mostly?
White men, mainly MAGA males.
Right. And so I want us to really, because I feel like sometimes we have a hard time focusing on what like the issue is. It's MAGA, but this is a gender thing, right? Because we do not see that women are going and committing these atrocities against mass amounts of people. It is the white men are unhinged and unraveling, and
well, men in general are violent, so let's put that out there too. So we don't want to escape accountability, and that's why I say a lot of them have anger issues, and I can speak on it because I know about it, right? You know, and they need to do something and work on it. But in this show, we focus on the MAGA. I mean, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but you opened up something very important.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I mean, and I think that we stray away from like pinpointing that the majority of who commits violence across the planet are men, right? And, you know, instead of actually using like technology to do things like get educated and read, okay, they're going down, you know, alt-right pipelines and misogynistic pipelines and committing atrocities against humanity. So it's just, it's just deplorable. You know, the Brown University and then the professor that was just unalived. Did they connect the two? Do we find out if they were connected?
They say it's connected, but we don't know what the motive is in either of those situations. But you know what it is, in my opinion. A lot of these, I call them knuckle draggers, incompetent, evil, sick people. They turn themselves into victims because they've somehow convinced themselves that all the things that they're experiencing in life that they don't think are going their way. It could be even relationship related. They somehow believe it's everybody else's fault except theirs. And so they default to this nasty, primitive behavior. And like you said, instead of picking up a book and learning how to do something, all right, and be more productive out there, they think they're just victims. And Donald Trump does a great job making them feel like they've been wronged and taken advantage of. It's sick. I've never seen anything like this, honestly.
I know. Did you see? And I'll wrap it up. But like, did you see there too now? Like something under DEI that like there are like male attorneys that are trying to fight for like white men being oppressed. Like,
oh yeah, with the EEOC, right? Saying if
yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
the EEOC,
discriminated against,
yeah. And I'm just like, okay, so you're the most privileged sector in society, and now you're the victim and the one suffering the most. Sorry, gotta keep it clean. But anyways, Zeus, I just wanted to say hi. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been up here in like months.
I know. It's nice to see you and great to have you swing by. W's in the chat for Tiffany for the people. Wow. But I'm gonna say this. What do you say to the white men in the audience that are very triggered by what you just said? They seem to believe you actually got up here and discriminated against them. What do you say to them?
Yeah, like Tiny Tank Top Tom and DJ. Who else we got? Who else? Oh, Conservative SD. He's still in here?
Yeah, making waves too. I see him crying as well. And, you know, they're sitting here saying you shouldn't be running around here discriminating against them, all right? Especially a woman like yourself.
Right.
What do you say to them? Because they need to hear what you have to say.
Well, we know that they're incompetent and impotent as well.
Oh, WDMD. So you don't let what they say bother you at all. What you're saying it's irrelevant.
They're irrelevant in life, and that's why they're flailing the way that they are, because nobody because they want to be the victim so bad. Nobody cares about them, and it would behoove them to actually start somewhere and admit that they're the largest sector that is the problem, but they're not doing any real introspection or work, and that's why no one wants to be around them. Quite frankly.
Bingo. Well, I'm glad that you've drawn that boundary with them, and I'm going to continue to support and encourage you to keep up the good work you've been doing, Tiffany, for the people. All right.
Love you, dudes. Have a good Christmas.
Stay safe out there.
Happy holidays, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend Tiffany for the people. No lies detected. Oh yeah. All right. Who else do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next out there? Okay. Bear with me. I think Tiffany hurt his feelings, and maybe I can help him out.
My feelings are never hurt.
Yeah. So how can I help you this morning?
Well, I mean, earlier you were talking about all this news.
Oh, what was that?
Go ahead. No, earlier you were talking about all this new stuff that's coming out about Trump and Epstein and his aides being on the phone. Still, no one has come forth and implicated Trump.
And so what does that mean for you?
Oh, it doesn't mean anything for me, but it really doesn't give you anything to go on.
Well, let me ask you. I'll do the same thing I asked you. So is that fake?
It's a picture.
Is that fake?
It's a picture.
Is it fake?
It's a picture.
Yeah, but
so what? It's a picture.
Is it fake? Because last time you
pictures
got
can be fake. Do I know that picture? Hold on. Do I know that picture's fake? No, but I know pictures can be fake.
But if you had to roll the dice and say whether it's fake or not, what would you say?
It's true. That's probably a true picture.
Okay,
that's probably a true picture.
This is a true picture.
Yeah.
This is a true picture. This is a true picture.
Okay.
This is a true picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a true picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me ask you. You're a
so
father.
There's pictures that have been taken together. Oh goodness.
Listen. No. You're a father.
Yes.
Would you ever hang out with Jeffrey Epstein?
Once I knew what he was doing, no. If I didn't know, yes. I've hung out with a lot of people that I didn't know they were doing things.
Would you? Okay, so if you knew what he was doing, you said you wouldn't hang out with him.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
What would you say if I caught you hanging out with him and you knew what Epstein was doing? What would you say then if I caught you hanging out with him? What would you say?
If you knew he was doing something and
no, me and you both knew. If me and you both knew Epstein,
I wouldn't be hanging out with him. If
no,
I knew
no. But I'm saying hypothetically.
No. Your question is doesn't matter, because if I knew he was doing something, I wouldn't be hanging out with him.
Well, then why are you okay with Trump knowing he did something? And
you don't know if Trump did or not.
Really? Do you really believe that?
Do you have evidence to prove it? Do you have evidence to prove? No, you don't. You have pictures and you have people talking.
I have evidence.
And in that, they said there's no proof of Trump doing wrongdoing.
Do you know about the lawsuit?
Which lawsuit? There's been a lot of them.
Katie Johnson.
Oh, the one that was dropped? Yeah.
Yeah. What year was that?
What, in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Late 90s, early 2000s. All right?
I know it was dropped. I don't know the date it was dropped.
Well, okay, so let's just say that we'll go with your information. So that means at a bare minimum, Donald Trump knew about Epstein and what he was being accused of. So why did he continue to hang out with him?
He didn't. Once he found out exactly what was going on, he dumped him.
No, that was after the fact. That was after the fact. They had already been sued together. So at the end of the day, Tiny Tank Top Tim,
Sued for what? Sued for what?
Katie Johnson. And you heard what was going on in that case.
And that went where? And that went where?
It doesn't matter. The whole point is
yes, it does. Yes, it does. If there was
Okay.
evidence, it would have gone farther.
Okay, so
You have no evidence to prove anything about Trump. You have speculation. You have
well, let me
opinion.
ask you this. Okay, seriously. Do you know about the E. Jean Carroll case?
Yes.
Isn't that evidence?
He was found liable, and you can be found liable without a crime being committed.
So if no, that's
No,
not
admit
true.
that. You can be found liable without a crime being
No.
committed.
Well, that's
yes, you
true.
Can.
That's
yes, you
true.
Can.
That's true. That's true. But he was found liable of what? E. Jean Carroll.
Defamation.
And
sexual assault. Abuse. It wasn't assault. It was abuse.
Okay.
And that can be that. Yes, because you could. If I worked in restaurants for a while. Hold on. I could walk up behind another female waitress, put my hand on her shoulder, let her know I was there. If she felt uncomfortable, she could sue me for sexual abuse.
Okay. So that's just putting
Or
the hand,
assault.
that's just putting the hand on the shoulder, right?
Right. Did I do
Okay.
anything wrong? No.
Yeah. You can't just run around touching people.
If you're trying to tell somebody if they have a tray of food
No.
and you don't want them to back up into you, you have to.
Listen,
Yeah,
ladies
okay.
and gentlemen, do not listen
You've
to
never
Tiny
worked
Tank
in a
Top.
restaurant then. You've never
No.
worked in a restaurant then.
I
so
actually have.
You've never really had a real job. So
I've actually had. I've had way more important jobs.
You're a failed rap star, admit
Okay,
it.
so Tiny Tank Top Tim, listen up. I'm going to say this to you, and I've listened to what you've had to say. I'm very concerned that you believe it's okay for you to walk up to random people in a restaurant, men or women, and put
No,
your
I
dirty,
said
filthy
another
hand-
waitress.
Listen,
I was a waiter. Hold on. No.
No,
I
I'm
was
just
a
going to
waiter.
say
She
what
was
I need to
waitress.
say. I'm just
I
going to
tried
say
to
this.
keep them from backing into me, and I put my hand on
So
their
she
shoulder and say,
she
behind
filed a
you.
complaint against you?
No,
Is that what you're
I
telling me?
said no. I said they could because that could.
Did she file a complaint against you?
No.
Okay, so
But
then
if
I don't
you
want to
would
hear
let
about that.
somebody talk.
If you
if
let
you
me
would let
finish my
somebody
point,
talk.
I'm going to
Go ahead.
I'm going to mute you. And I'm going to say this. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence that Donald Trump had a very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
They
Yes.
hung out together. There's
Yes.
documented photos and videos
Yes.
of them hanging out together. Donald Trump knew very plainly who Epstein was. Because whether you want
In
to
your
admit
opinion.
it, no.
In your opinion.
It's been Tiny takes out Tim Tom. You and I know who Epstein is, and we never met him. Right?
Only because of the
No,
information
just
that other
listen.
people are putting out there.
You and I know who he is, and we never met him. What do you think
Because
the
of
chances
the information
Donald?
we've been given, yes.
So did Donald Trump fly on his plane based on your research?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Nothing
Did
nefarious.
Did Donald
about
Trump write the birthday card saying, "Hey"?
that. I have no idea.
Okay. And this is where I say you and I just have to go ahead and part ways in a way, because if you believe that Donald Trump has no clue who Jeffrey Epstein is, then I got a bridge of Timbuktu, all right, to sell you. It seems that everybody knows who Donald Trump is, and everyone knows who Jeffrey Epstein is. Tiny
See, now you're going to
Tim.
twist everything I said to try to say that I'm trying to protect Trump and I'm trying to make excuses for him. And I don't care.
I'll ask the audience. Hold on. How many people in the audience think Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom is making excuses?
They're Zeus, they're your cult. They're going to agree with you.
Okay.
They're going to agree
Let me
with
ask-
you. We already know that.
No. I'll say this, and then I'm.
We
gonna move
already
it on.
know
I gotta
they are
judge-
going to.
Listen. I'm going to say this. What do you think about?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating
This
her.
tells me everything I need to know.
So he's attracted to women that look like his daughter. Oh my God.
Are you attracted to women that look like your daughter?
No, my daughter does not have the traits that I look for.
Have you ever thought about your oh, that's
She doesn't. She's a combination of me and her mom. I mean, I don't find, I wouldn't, I have never dated a woman with her traits.
what does that mean in your world? That sounds very sick.
She doesn't have the right hair color. She's not the right height. She's not the right weight. I mean, is my daughter beautiful? Yes, but I've never thought about dating her.
You know why I'm saying this to you, and I didn't want to go this far with you because a lot of people, I get it. You try to be nice sometimes and concerning about things going on with me. And I think you enjoy being kind of like the antagonist in my audience. But I believe I'm just going to be honest with you. The way that you and other people continue to defend Donald Trump.
How am I defending him?
How am I?
I'm defending the fact that you have no evidence.
What it does is this. It makes me believe that you're okay with doing what Donald Trump is doing.
I'm defending the fact that you have no evidence. If he did it, throw his ass. Don't say throw him under the prison.
You don't mean that. You don't mean that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because you have no evidence.
No, you don't.
You have no evidence.
Okay, well then why hasn't he released the files?
It's speculation and opinion.
Okay.
Why hasn't anybody come forward and implicated him?
Hold on, Tiny Tank Top 10. And I need you to just really explain this to me. He promised to release the files, right?
Yes, he signed a bill saying that they had to be released.
No. When he campaigned, he promised to release the files.
No, he didn't campaign on it. He mentioned it a couple of times.
Okay, I'll use your way. We get him in office, and there's this whole little stunt about I got the files on my desk, and then he said, and then they never come out and do anything about it.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, so doesn't that show you that he's not being honest about releasing the files? At least at that point when Pam Bondi promised to release them. Okay.
Yes.
Then they later on say, "Oh, there's no one else that's going to be prosecuted." Because your thing is this: I don't have any solid evidence to conclude.
You don't.
This is your position, and I get it. You want to actually see the footage, correct? I mean, and that's sick. It's sick to me.
No, I don't. No.
When
did I say I want to see the footage?
Okay,
when
so
did
what
I
more
say
evidence? No, listen. There
is no evidence.
What evidence do
there
you
is no evidence except for them being friends.
Listen to me.
There's no evidence except for them being friends.
Can I talk and say, I need to ask the question. You're getting way too defensive. What more information do you need to see in order to believe
people stepping forward and saying, yes, Trump did it?
So
that's the evidence I need. I need one of the victims to come forward. I need any of these aides to come forward. I need any of the people that investigate to come forward.
So using your logic, and this is why I don't really like to go deep into these conversations. Using that logic, that means you accept that Donald Trump did what he did to E. Jean Carroll.
No, I don't. I know that libel.
No. Okay, so what I'm going to do is walk you back through what you just said. I said, what information do you need? And you said one of the victims steps forward and says it. So there's a situation.
Was he found guilty or liable?
Hold on. You didn't. Now you're throwing in now you're throwing in the outcome of the case. Your position has been one of the victims just needs to come forward.
Because you can be found liable without a crime being committed. Liable is not proof of anything.
Okay. So then I need you to take back what you said.
But what?
You wouldn't accept evidence. No, I asked you, what evidence do you need to see? I
had
believe
he been found guilty.
Listen. I believe
had
the evidence.
He been found guilty, I would agree with the verdict.
Listen, I believe the evidence you want to see, the evidence you would accept would.
There is no evidence.
You need to see the footage.
There is no evidence.
So you're just playing games. All right.
No, there's no evidence. What evidence?
Right. No.
There's pictures. Oh my God, there's pictures of them together. What evidence do you have to
keep going?
You're constantly on here calling Trump a PD3O. What evidence do you have that he is one? Zero.
If you could
zip,
mute, if you
nada.
Zero. Hold
zip,
on. I'll say what the evidence is. What we have is a person that's bragged about doing things. All right. He says you can grab women by the. All right. That's proof. Hold on.
Guilty.
That's called evidence. All right. It's audios of him saying things. I have evidence that he said very inappropriate things about his own daughter. I've heard him say things about dating a person that was 10 years old and saying I'd be dating her when she gets older. We went over the Katie Johnson case, all right, where he was accused of it, all right, and we know why the case was withdrawn because she was threatened all right, by people like yourself.
Opinion.
All right. No. We know about the Stormy Daniels thing. We know he's cheated on all of his wives. We know that right now he's lying to the American people. Hold on. He's lying about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. There's hold on. You asked me. You got an email exchange between Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein in which Jeffrey actually talks about Donald Trump being alone with one of the women. No. What I'm saying is this, and I gotta go ahead and do it. It's a
woman went to court and said nothing happened.
What I'll say is this: I believe you're a sick person.
That's okay.
And there's really nothing else that I can say about it.
That same person that he spent hours alone with went to court and said he didn't do anything.
Who was that same person?
Virginia. I can't say her.
You don't got any evidence. You don't prove it.
There's a redacted version of that same. There's a redacted version of that same email. You never prove shit, Juice. You never prove anything. Don't ask other people to prove anything. You prove absolutely nothing.
All right. Well, listen.
You play sound bites that you never show the video.
I prove this. I prove this. I prove this. I prove that
you prove that you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
How did you do
you
that?
You don't have evidence. Stop.
Woo. I'll say this,
Tiny. You have evidence when you don't.
I'll say this, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. If you need more evidence that Donald
You
Trump,
need evidence.
No.
You need evidence.
I don't listen, I can speak for
yes,
myself.
You do.
If you need more
you have
evidence,
opinion.
Can you zip it? Can you zip it?
You have opinion.
One more time and I gotta do it. Because I'll finish my statement. All right.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Okay. Well then there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Tiny Tank Top Tim going straight to
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, so, and I'll just say this, and this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. No matter what you say to these folks, they will defend Donald Trump till the ends of the earth. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. I used to think there was hope for you, but I know there's no hope for you. And I'm starting to think that maybe the reason you're defending Donald Trump, you and Snuggles and DJ. Yep. Because y'all doing the same thing. Y'all got to be doing the same thing. And I was going to say this, you're at the point in your relationship with Donald Trump where the only evidence you will personally accept is hardcore video footage. You want to see the child corn, and it's sick because I don't even want to waddle too deep into the topic. It bothers me, but I know that that's what you want to see, which makes me go, we got to check this man's hard drive because what are you into? Any reasonable person would see that there's way more than enough information and evidence out there about Donald Trump and his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein to at least come to a conclusion that the man's hiding something. I don't even want to see the video footage. But I also think that even if you did see the video footage, he didn't want me to say this. That's why he keeps interrupting me. He wants me to get upset and say something and get myself in trouble. I'm not going to say it. I'll let some of the panelists say it. I honestly believe all of you who are still supporting Donald Trump about his relationship with Epstein, and you know he's lying about it, I believe that if you had the opportunity to see the footage, you would watch it. And even worse, you would blame the children. You would blame the children in the footage. They would do that. They would somehow twist it in their minds that the survivors, the victims, somehow they brought it on themselves. This is why I say people like Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. I just played the video of the woman who got caught 40 years later. You could run on TikTok, bro. You could run your mouth and say things to make yourself seem like you got it all figured out. But you can't evade accountability. And trust me, bro, it's coming. All right. So you keep getting up here and embarrassing yourself and defending the indefensible. All right. And saying you need more proof. You don't need any more proof. you need a brain. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. Actually, and you need a soul. All right, and you need to get your body, your mind, body, soul, and your spirit right. Join me in sending Tiny Tank Top Tim once again where he belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You see exactly what I am saying. Okay. Good morning, Kabira. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you. You know, I had a question for Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, but nevertheless, he can hear the two things I have to say. Number one, what man would even say about his daughter, well, she's not even my type? Found that odd. I mean,
me too.
A father would say, "Are you sick?" That wouldn't even those words would never come out of their mouth. The next thing I wanted to bring up to Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom is he said Trump did not know Epstein like that. That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what he said. So I tell all you MAGAs, if you have a pen, a pencil, or a sheet of paper, I want you to write this down. Case 116 CV 07673, docket number 1, filed 9/30/16. If you go to page 4 of number 10, so I can't read it on TikTok the way it reads, so
but you can use the clean language. Just fill it in if you can, because he doesn't believe fat meat is greasy. I get it, and I thank you for doing this.
Sure. Defendant, we know who, initiated blah blah contact with plaintiff at 4 different parties. In this case is Jane Doe versus DJT and you know who.
These two.
Yeah, those two characters. At 4 different parties. On the 4th and final blah blah encounter with defendant, we know who. Defendant, commander-in-chief, tied plaintiff to a what we sleep on, exposed himself to plaintiff, and then proceeded to forcibly grape plaintiff. During the course of the savage blank attack, plaintiff loudly pleaded with defendant, you know who, commander-in-chief, to stop, but with no effect. Defendant, you know who, responded to plaintiff's pleas by violently striking plaintiff in the face with his open hand and screaming that he would do whatever he wanted. Exhibit A and B. So I encourage all MAGAs. This man is tied to this guy. Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom said if he knew that guy was into that, he wouldn't associate with him. Well, this case docket right here, this court case number right here, docket number 1, filed 9/30/16, proved Trump was at those parties. What did it say here, number 10? At the parties on the 4th time. So, Tiny Tank Top Tim, you can make all the excuses you want. You can look at your daughter, even though you don't look at your daughter. He did it, pal. He did it. The guy.
You see how sometimes you just gotta let them tell on themselves the way that. That's why I let them talk sometimes, because it's painful as it is, they end up giving up a little bit about who they really are.
Exactly.
And it's sick.
Hey,
sick.
That's why he walks his dog. I can't say all the things I want to say.
You're doing good. You've done good. And again, we could talk about about the situation when he essayed his own wife, Ivana. Remember that?
Yeah. Took out a chunk of her hair. He's a, and I don't mean it in a good sense. He's a beast. He's the devil incarnate.
Yeah. And they'll still support this, and they'll still get up here and defend this guy until the ends of the earth. That's why I say anyone still defending Donald Trump at this point, you're basically admitting you do what he does.
Exactly. But I'm gonna say this, Zeus, and I gotta go do something for my mother.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
I will. I want everyone here in the Thunderdome to really put together Trump Media and Fusion Energy Group. And that's the real reason I believe he's going after Venezuela. He's sinister. He's sinister.
Yeah. All about getting that oil and that money.
Money.
And I promise, are his Trump supporters going to be cut in on any of this money he's making?
Nope. Nope. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs when, for you guys that don't know, he's merging Trump Media Group, Truth Social, is merging with Fusion Energy Group that has to do with the oil in Venezuela.
Really?
It's too deep for me to even explain. So I challenge everyone here to please read up on it.
All right.
Trump says he's a horrible person, but I gotta go because I gotta go help my mom, Zeus.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kabir a huge round of applause. No lies detected. Yeah. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we got. I mean, and again, I want to thank all of you because, oh, we know what's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We know what's about to happen. And again, I have to be the neutral person. I have to be the neutral person. I have to keep this thing on the rails. Good morning, Straight Facts. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How about you?
I'm doing all right, minus the little interaction I had with a demon. I don't know if you caught any of what he said, but it was very alarming. It was very concerning about Epstein and Donald Trump's relationship. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, I heard TikTok Tiny Tim, Tiny Testicles up here talking about nothing. Absolutely nothing. See, this is the problem that I have. The problem that I have is that they don't consider it racism when you go after a prosecutor who indicted a former president for reaching out to the state to turn over a contest. See, they talking about what she had on instead of talking about the actual crime. And when I explain to them that this is racism 2.0, they pretend like they don't know what we're talking about. They know what it is. Just like I got a beautiful gem for you this morning. I'm tired of talking about TikTok Tim. They know that Trump is a Chester. Ain't nobody got to keep playing that game with them. But I got a gem for you. I got a Jammin' Lou recording. I see the look on your face. I got a Jammin' Lou post.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah, I just ran across it on X. I wasn't even gonna come up today. But since I seen this Jammin' Lou record, and I know how much you just love to hear Jammin' Lou rant and rave, I figured I'd come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
As an early Christmas gift. I got to.
Don't do it. No, please don't get me going, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to just be real civil this morning, all right? I'm dealing with a lot right now. Don't make me laugh now.
Y'all, you ready to hear it?
All right, let me get serious real quick. All right,
get serious. I love to hear these. Stacy, Janae, and Jammin' Lou, and Danny J. I love to hear. I know when they get they are so stressed out right now. But they'll never come in our live and really say it. They'll just keep it to themselves. Or go ahead.
No. I'm listening because if it's, I'm just gonna let God guide me through it. All right.
Just let him guide you through it. Cause listen, this wasn't even on TikTok. I was minding my business on X and came across this beautiful gem. So somebody's upset about Dan Bondingo resigning.
Yeah.
He's a little mad. Let me let you hear what he got to say, y'all.
Honestly, at this point, who else isn't fucking surprised? Dan Bongino used to talk a big fucking game on his podcast.
And I remember him saying, you always got to look out for those that talk a big fucking game, but once they get in a position of fucking power to do something about it, they don't. Now, don't misinterpret my fucking video. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything productive. This is exactly what Dan Bongino was supposed to be fucking different.
Wait a minute. Where'd it go? I can't hear it.
Supported him.
You can't hear it no more?
You faded out. Go ahead. Go back a little bit.
Let me go back a little bit.
Because I got to kick it.
Yeah, I'm going to start it over so you can hear it. Because you got to hear all of it.
Honestly, at this point, who else isn't fucking surprised? Dan Bongino used to talk a big fucking game on his podcast. And I remember him saying, you always got to look out for those that talk a big fucking game, but once they get in a position of fucking power to do something about it, they don't. Now, don't misinterpret my fucking video. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything productive, but this is exactly where Dan Bongino was supposed to be fucking different. He was supposed to be the fucking bulldog America fucking wanted and needed. This is why we supported him and his fucking podcast. And I know, I'm already hearing it in my DMs. Well, Lou, maybe his hands were tied behind his back. Maybe the system is more corrupt than we ever thought it was. Yeah, fuck all that. This is why he was different. And this is exactly the fuck shit the American people are sick and fucking tired of. No accountability, no one brought to justice. And this is exactly why I said that the GOP and the Republican Party, if they don't get their fucking shit together, they're gonna lose the fucking midterms. And guess what happens when that shit happens? The second half of President Trump's fucking term is lame duck. Then nobody's gonna be held accountable for any of the fuck shit they've been fucking getting away with. And that right there is exactly what Democrats and fucking Republicans are sick and fucking tired of. What the fuck are we doing all this for? I said what the fuck I said.
Now.
Wow. Wow. W straight back.
Y'all know why that tickles me pink this morning.
Why? Talk to him.
So the reason why that tickles me pink is because it's one reason and one reason only why Don Bandingo retired and let me resign. It's one reason and one reason only why they haven't arrested Hillary Clinton. Lock her up. They've been screaming for 16 years. Yeah. Because listen up carefully, maggots.
Ooh.
Because Trump lied to you guys.
Hey, don't tell him that one. That is so funny. They are literally crashing out. Wow, he crashed out. You know how many times I heard him say the F word? I'm like, what is
you heard him?
Yeah, just sick. That's why I keep telling and all of them are gonna meet the same fate. Straight facts. That's why I'm so calm with them, because I know where they headed. They don't get it, but they heading there.
Yes, it's so hard for them to wrap their little bitty brains around the simple answer. They want it. Oh my God, it was this big conspiracy, and the Democrats are so. Well, guess what? The low IQs won again. Because if we go by what you're talking about, we were able to turn over a contest while we weren't even in power.
Amen.
We're so doggone smart, aren't we? The low IQs are winning again. We have been able to arrest people, and you guys haven't. We found crimes on people and actually put people in jail and sentenced them to time. The low IQs have it again. Wow, the high IQs are waiting for the people that they put in place to just bring an indictment. They couldn't even make an indictment stick against James Comey or Letitia James. They haven't been able to do it.
Oh my God. No deep state arrest. None. Epstein Files coming out because of the Democrats.
Because Zeus, We're so low IQ that we have been able to get people arrested and put crimes on them and put them in jail, and they haven't committed, let them tell it, not now crime, not one. But listen, I got 2 more videos I just want to play real quick.
All right.
So
I'm sweating over here.
I gotta get it. I just gotta get it off my chest, y'all. I got to while I'm up in here. I might as well play it. So we all know that Fannie went on down there and she testified at a hearing today because they looking all at her trying to figure out why she let her boyfriend bill a black woman 160 hours. Listen.
Yeah.
I want to remind y'all of something. She's the top cop law enforcement agent in Fulton County.
Amen.
She's never committed a crime in her life.
Never.
The only thing that she's done was had the nerve to bring Trump to justice. You know why? Because he was reaching his finger down in a state's election that he had nothing to do with. Listen, you guys like states' rights when it comes to women's bodies, but you don't like states' rights when it comes to contests. You cannot have it both ways. But let you hear what Fannie had to say, because Fannie got him told, and this is exactly what is going on. Hold on just a second. Shh.
Yeah.
All right. Doing the right thing. She said, I cut it off a little bit, but listen. Doing the right thing.
And you think that you're going to intimidate me. You all have been trying to intimidate me for 5 years, which is why I have not been able to live in my house for 5 years. Because the N-word has been written on my house. Thousands of threats have come to my office, and instead of doing some legislation, when someone says something inflammatory that you know is going to cause them to be the victims of crime, you ought to do something about it. But you see, I'm not Marjorie Taylor Greene. I ain't gonna quit in a month because somebody threatened me. I took an oath to do the right thing. People came into my community and committed a crime, and I indicted them. And rest assured, if someone else comes in my community and commits a crime, I will indict them again.
She said what she said.
Hey! Oh, that's putting belt to behind right there. That's belt to behind. Wow.
Because see, what they think is that Trump can just come on and talk and say anything he wants and come on down to the state level, and ask them to find and announce things that are not really true. And this is his MO. This is how he gets down. I'm going to play this last video for y'all.
Oh wow, you got a lot of heat this morning.
I got some heat this morning.
Fire alarm fire over here. W straight facts.
He tried. The same. We found a new video. The recording. It's a new recording of him trying to entice the Georgia House Speaker into doing something illegal. The same exact thing Fannie brought him up on charges in Georgia for. Let's listen real quick.
You do it to uncover fraud. You could say for transparency and to uncover fraud, possible fraud. So who's going to stop you for that? You know, it's
a federal judge.
Mr. President.
A federal judge. Let's listen to it one more time.
You do it to uncover fraud. You could say for transparency and to uncover fraud, possible fraud.
You can say.
You know, the federal judge, possibly. Mr. President.
He said, in case you don't know what he said, he asked the House Speaker to go ahead and instead of nullifying the election, to go ahead and say that you can't do it because you're looking for fraud. Who's going to stop you? He said a federal judge.
Don't certify the election because tell him you're looking for fraud.
Exactly.
Wow.
This is the same thing he did when he got impeached for it. He said, just announce the investigation, and I'll do the rest. I got one last video to play before I get out of here, y'all.
Wow.
Listen to this here.
I'm going to be honest enough to tell you that I'm worried about America. Yeah, I'm worried about our nation because it's sick with racism still. Just think about the fact that we live in a nation which was founded on the principle that all men are created equal. And yet men are still arguing over whether the color of a man's skin determines the content of his character. And I believe that the Lord told me to say to the United States of America that is sick with militarism and is sick with excessive materialism. Have you ever thought about it? There are between 38 and 50 million people in the United States of America who are poverty-stricken, making income less than the poverty level. And yet, this is the richest nation in the history of the world. Our national gross product this year will go beyond $800 billion. And yet, there are between 38 and 50 million people who are poverty-stricken. Now, something wrong. A lot of people are afraid to say it. But I don't mind saying it. You see, somebody said to me the other night, don't you think, Dr. King, you are going to have to start speaking more in terms of the administration's policy? Because since you started talking against the war in Vietnam, it's hurt the budget of your organization, and people who once respected you don't respect you anymore. And I had to look over and say, so I'm sorry, but you don't know me. I'm not a consensus leader. I don't determine what is right and wrong by looking at the budget of my organization. And I don't determine what is right and wrong by taking a Gallup poll of the majority opinion. And so because there's something wrong, our struggle must continue. And what we must see is that our nation's summers of riots are caused by our nation's
Winters of delayed. Why do those words ring true today, right now? Because it's still happening.
Yep.
Y'all run around here and y'all can pick out everything that Fonnie Willis had on at that hearing.
Yeah.
But yet you cannot see that Donald Trump is a Chester.
Oh! I love how you brought that back on them O.W. straight back.
Y'all already know what time it is. I don't do nothing but tell these straight facts.
Wow.
And if it hurts your feelings, I really don't care. Because it's time that you guys wake up. Black women told y'all.
Yep.
We told y'all to stop saying you go girl. We taught you how to wash your butts. We taught you how to nurse your children. We comforted you even when the master was killed and y'all was still enslaving us. We told y'all. We tried to save your America from you, and you call us low IQ. I beg to differ.
Amen.
I say you should listen to black women because 92% of us told you that this was a cluster F administration. 92% of us told you that they wasn't trying to protect the kids. I voted for the non-Chester while you voted for the Chester.
Amen.
I don't want to hear nothing y'all gotta say ever again. Y'all gonna hold this L. Y'all gonna hold it. You better hope I don't stay alive as long as you do, because I'm gonna make you feel it every single time I see you. You bet not wear no red hat in public. It bet not say make America great again, because I'm gonna bust out laughing as soon as I see you, because you are the marks and the whole ass suckers.
Oh, W.
Straight backs.
W straight backs. Wow. Wow. You see how the show goes? Wow. W straight back. Wow. I gotta give you. Thank you. I love this show. It has to be one of the most best shows ever. W lady. Wow. I keep telling these Trump voters, do not get in here. And I've always said, don't get in here and start saying stuff. All right, because it's really not me that you gotta worry about. It really isn't me. It's really the amazing I have the best panelists. I really do. Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
Hey, Zeus, I won't be on alone because I'm coughing today.
Okay.
But you forgot the Howard Stern recording where he said he walked in on the teen pageants while they were getting dressed. So you going back there looking at those young girls while they were indecently exposed. So let's not leave that part out. But
Bingo.
Zeus,
Talk to him, Takesha. Talk to him.
I don't trust the FBI.
Oh, you don't?
I don't. Wow. I don't trust nothing coming from anything that has to do with this administration. We don't have any proof that what they said happened.
Facts. None.
Who gonna look somebody in the eye and just automatically know that they done did what they, come on, dude, let's be for real. And now the man all of a sudden deceased.
Oh.
We can't get I'm guilty or not guilty. And why he gotta be an immigrant? Did you catch the name?
Yeah.
Okay, Zeus, I don't believe it.
Wait a second. So you saying, hold on, let me get him up here. Let me get the guy. Let me get the person that they said is distracting us from the Epstein Files. You don't believe this guy is the real?
I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't.
Wow.
I believe that about as much as I believe that core inflation is 2.7% now. Yeah,
you don't buy that?
No, sir. I don't believe anything that they say. Period. Point blank. No, I don't. I need some real proof. And them telling me a timeline, like they gave a timeline for that young man that they said did what he did to Charlie Kirk, and we heard anything else about it.
Right.
I don't trust the FBI at all.
Wow.
No.
It's a sad situation that we're in right now. Oh my gosh. W's to Takesha. I think Jim said she wants to talk to you. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Jim. Welcome.
Good morning. Miss Takesha, I gotta take a point of action against that comment. You know damn well that Kash Patel cannot look you straight in the eye.
Back.
Now you know what,
y'all, could you please lighten up on Cash? He's trying his best, y'all.
Baby, listen, that eye is just like mine. It's just like a traveling. It's just like a door-to-door salesman, Zeus. It just be traveling.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just like a child at playtime. It just won't sit still. It's just like mine, Zeus. It just be running around like a married man with a girlfriend. Yeah.
Wow.
And before y'all say anything, for those of us who are visually impaired, we got this. Don't worry about it.
Because I promise you, mine roll around too like a pinball on a machine. So I can say it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It's fair game because the Trump administration, they love to pretend like they're the victims, and I don't personally. I don't like it when they try to be victims, and so if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, so to speak. And so, but I'm glad that I got both of you up here.
Thank you for that correction, Jill.
Yeah. I'm glad that I got both of you up here. And honestly, I need you both to weigh in on this. All right. It's really bothering me that we have folks out here. We don't got to mention their name, but I'm curious what y'all think about men who still support Donald Trump, knowing that he's in the files. What do y'all think about that?
You know what, Zeus?
Speak on it, please.
I honestly think that these are men who some of them lack love from their moms. Some of them were turned down by women they wanted.
That part, okay.
Some of them sit in their room and flog their log because that's the only way they're going to release the beast.
Yeah.
And I think that they just want somebody to believe in. And that's what Donald Trump comes in as. They don't care about what he did. They're going to say that's in the past. They don't even look at the severity of what they're saying he actually did. There is no way you can think this man is not guilty the way he trying to finagle and hide these files, Zeus. There is no way, Zeus, that he is so hell-bent. Trump ain't never tried to keep nobody's secrets from coming out.
Nope.
He talk about everything. He talk about everybody.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that he trying to hide these files to protect other folks? I don't believe it, Zeus.
Thank you.
He trying to protect himself. And that's the bottom line. And I need them to Get they nutsack back. Take your nuts back.
Yeah.
Grab them.
Wow.
And take hold of them.
Oh.
Snatch them back.
Hey, slow down now, Takesha. Hold on.
Snatch them, even if you get blue balls. Snatch them back.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Takesha up here playing a wild, crazy game up here with him. Come on now.
Get your man, Zeus. Zeus, I'm going to try to get my manhood back, Zeus.
Oh.
I believe everything you said now, Zeus.
It sounds like DJ. That sounds
exactly. DJ need to go get a grabber. Go get him back, DJ. Please get him back.
Hey, come on, Takesha. Lighten up on him, brother. He trying his best. You know, they trying their best to be
Zeus, no, they're not. Zeus, no, they're not. They're not.
I'll take it back.
If you could put me on the big screen real quick, because this is for your audience as well as the other person that tried to talk about law. See, here's the problem with y'all who don't understand the laws of this country and the court system. Civil court is about civil liability. That does not mean a crime was not committed. It means that the parties involved, a private person or entity, which is the plaintiff, sues the defendant, first off. Second of all, the criminal courts are done by the state. So understand that every American citizen has a right to bring a civil case for damages, which means that the preponderance of evidence, 51% preponderance of evidence, is what they look for in a civil court, a civil judgment, a private dispute that harms, and they can receive damages and fines. The criminal court is beyond a reasonable doubt, and that is the state that you are in that files the charges, which then allows for jail, fines, and probation, and literally taking away your rights. So this is the problem with especially white males that come up who try to tell the rest of the country who literally who committed a crime and who didn't.
Yeah.
Let me just answer the one question that Tiny Tank Top 10 said to you. He said to you, well, why didn't they prosecute him? Because of money. And that, my friend, is white privilege. That is the two-tiered justice system that every other person would have had to have faced the court system, the criminal prosecution, except when you're an old, rich, white male who literally pays people off to harm and witness tamper and victimize and lie and cause chaos. So please miss me with you understand the system, because you do not. You are a white man living in your white skin who thinks that it is okay to make excuses for other white men to harm children and women across this country. Wow. You are disgusting. You are despicable. And in Isaiah 5:20, for those of you who call yourself Christians, when you go around and you say that evil is good and good is evil, you've already lost your way. And I say to you, straight to hell.
Amen. Amen. W. Jim. Wow. It's y'all cooking. What y'all cooking with? What kind of oil y'all using this morning?
Oh man.
You're cooking with some. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, Shay. You said you had some breaking news for the kingdom?
Yeah. So the Epstein Files are supposed to be released today, right?
Correct.
By order of Congress, right?
It's the law of the land.
And in that, it says all of it, right?
Yeah.
All must be released, and the only redactions allowed are the victims' names and identifications. The only redactions allowed, correct?
Correct.
So the DOJ has just announced that they are not releasing all the files today, that they're only releasing partial of the files because they still need time, weeks upon weeks of time, to redact the files, the rest of the files. Yeah. Now they have had a year to redact these files.
Were y'all honestly really looking for those files to come out?
No, we knew
Okay,
this.
thank you.
We knew this.
Yes, Takesha.
Well, by order, they were
laws
supposed
of
to
the
come
land.
Zeus, when has this administration adhered to the laws of the land?
Any laws? That's
I
a
want
great
y'all
question.
to stop. Listen, I'm gonna start calling us gullible.
Oh,
I didn't think we were gonna get a pinch of a file from this administration. There is nothing these people won't do to protect this man.
Does it say that Trump is guilty? The fact that he is willing to risk. I mean, because, it's not just him. It's Attorney General Pam Bondi. It's all of them that might face being prosecuted, right? I mean, why would they put themselves at risk like this?
Prosecuted by who, Zeus?
Maybe not this administration, but the next administration. I mean, I guess Trump could pardon them, I guess, right? So,
okay.
Oh.
But hey, we got laws being passed that children can't have.
I don't care about that. Honestly,
surgeries.
I don't care about any of
So
that.
exciting.
I'd rather
exciting
get
stuff.
No. Isn't it more harmful? Lady Boss W's in the chat for Lady Boss. Isn't it more harmful what Epstein did than the law that you said Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to get passed, and somehow they're trying to go and stop things happening to people. It's just sick. We live in a sick country.
It really is. Hey, Nutty.
Hey, Nutty, what's going on?
Hey, how's everybody today? Jim, Takesha, how y'all doing
Hey,
today?
Nutty, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Unfortunately, we will not get a contempt of Congress, even though that is a contempt of Congress, because we know Mike Johnson is a speckless, spineless P3D all within himself.
Yeah, I
So,
got some bad news.
have any of you heard of psychologist Jennifer Freyd, Freyd?
Thank you. No.
She's a psychologist. She coined a term that we see on a consistent basis from MAGA, and if and when all of the files get released, because I'm like Takesha, I don't believe that they will, but if and when, we're gonna see what's called DARVO. That is an acronym, and DARVO stands for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender.
Oh.
So we already see that now with MAGA. Look at Tiny Tank Top 10. Look at Tiny Tank Top 10.
Say his name like it's Candyman, man. That's sick.
Absolutely. Zeus, you made his day today because you gave him more action today than he's gotten in 3 years.
Nutty, that's a funny joke. That's a funny joke.
Listen.
You know he's out here getting a lot of action, bro. Come on now.
Listen, you've given him more action today because the fact that I'm just gonna say it, another grown man, he pines for your attention.
He does.
He pines for your attention, and the fact that you gave him your attention today, it
so
set him
happy.
off. I can only imagine him being in his corner.
Don't do it.
room
Don't
back
say
in
it,
his
Nutty.
house.
Don't let the devil use you. Like that.
Wait, Nutty, did you just say Christmas came early for?
Oh,
Tiny
sick,
Tank Top?
sick, jam.
And it's coming right. And it's coming right now.
Stop it!
It's coming right now.
I don't need that image.
He pines for your attention, and the fact that you gave it to him, you made the rest of his year, sir. You
Tara,
made the rest of his
please
year.
stop, Tara. Don't encourage Nutty, Tara.
That gives a whole new meaning
Y'all
to Christmas
sick.
stocking.
Oh my God! Stop it!
Oh, come on now, Jim. Come on, y'all.
I'm finna go get the oil.
Not the Diddy oil. Not the Diddy oil. You got no.
I'm finna go get the whole oil. Cause y'all need a drop.
Takesha, fill the bathtub because I
You
got
need a
more.
drop.
Fill the bathtub because I'm not dropping.
Hey guys, when he talked about his daughter, whether he'd be attracted to his daughter.
Hey, hold on, ma'am.
Wait.
Because as the only father on this panel, I wanted to address that.
Okay, good.
When Zeus asked him the question, would you say that about your daughter? And he said no, because she doesn't have the characteristics that I'm looking for. The devil. Listen. I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'm
Nutty.
sorry.
You made it even worse.
Listen, my oldest daughter. Hold on, Shay. My oldest daughter is 28 years old. And she is beautiful. But there's nowhere in the skin that I live in that I can think of her in a manner outside of her being my kid, my offspring. There is nowhere within me that I can say, oh, she's not my type or she's my type. What kind of sick person are you?
On top of it, he admitted that it's because she looks like him and his wife, and so she's not his type.
That says everything you need to know about the water boy right there. He's the water boy.
Oh my God.
Do you think he was wearing his elf on a shelf costume when he was thinking about Zeus?
No, come on now, Tim. Come on, now, listen. Now, this is serious business. And again, I gotta give it all. What's up, bro? Q Dog's here, and I brought Q Dog up because he's a
What's
father
going
too.
on?
You're a father too. And part of the show is I do the difficult work of really I let MAGA say things sometimes because I think they don't understand sometimes what they're saying, but I'm hoping y'all all pick up on what they're saying and we unpack it together like we're doing now. As a father, and Nutty brought it up, I was curious, what was your thoughts when you heard Tiny take
Yeah, you've got a daughter, Q Dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. I just popped in. I'm glad I didn't hear what y'all heard. But I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Well, let's give him the context. I was talking to him about Epstein, and then I played what Donald Trump said about his daughter. You know, when he was talking about him and Ivanka having, sex in common, and and that stuff. And then Shay, what exactly was Tiny Tank Top Tim's response?
His response was along the lines of, well, she's not, what did he she doesn't have the characteristics I'd look for in a woman.
No, hold on, Shay.
Or something like that. Go ahead, Nutty.
No, let me quote
along
him.
that line. Go ahead.
Let me quote him to be exact.
Please.
So Zeus asked him after he played the clip again, would you say that about your daughter? He said, no, I wouldn't, because she doesn't have the characteristics and the traits that I look for in the women that I date. Those were his words.
Is that fatherly? Is that how fathers talk out here, Q Dog, about their daughters? I'm just curious because
not the fathers that I know, but that's not uncommon for somebody remedial like him. Special case for a special person. And you got people that have more. You got people like this person that's backing up. I'm waiting for my daughter right now with no space whatsoever, and they literally backing in probably with a foot of size, foot of space next to my truck. Literally.
Wow.
Literally.
Well, you might have to handle that now. You might have to get out and handle that.
No. I'm good. If he paid, that's what insurance is for. But I'm just, Lord have mercy. Some of these people, they mental state is not where it should be at. But I do have a question. I've had this question since yesterday. MAGA. It's almost Christmas. Well, how many days we got before Christmas?
What, 6, 7?
Six more days. Have y'all gotten y'all Doge check yet?
Hey,
I'm just curious.
Now that's a funny one. Or the tariff? Aren't they supposed to get a tariff check too? 6 days.
I'm just curious. How y'all gonna get that turkey? How y'all gonna get that Christmas
cut
turkey?
it out. 6, 7. Y'all cut it out there with the 6, 7.
6, 7.
Y'all come on.
Let me tell you something. My daughter came over there. I'm like,
oh, come on.
when she said 6, 7, like 6, 7. I haven't been 6, 7 since I was like 17 years old, 16 years old. And she's like, no, that is 6. I said, okay. Hey, whatever it may be. But I'm just curious, MAGA, are y'all getting everything? We keep hearing Snuggle saying we're winning. What are you winning? What are you winning?
I'm looking in the audience.
Because from just going to the grocery store, just alone, and you're talking about Aldi. If anybody has ever heard of Aldi, and I had a taste for some cotton candy grapes. And if anybody have ever had them, those are awesome. $9 for cotton candy grapes.
Wow.
But I went ahead and got it. I had the money in my pocket. But you know, I know MAGA, they don't have too much of that.
Wow.
They just a wish list.
Wow. I mean, you know what? It just goes to show that these people are a bunch of hypocrites and a bunch of liars. They're not getting anything. Let me ask the audience real quick because, you know, I want to ask a serious question of MAGA. Does anyone out there have their 401k statement? All right. I've been asking have any of you panelists, have you ever had a Trump voter show you their 401ks yet? And
Never, but I remember showing you mine.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the picture of the girlfriend of the founder of Antifa. You know, they arrested. I'm still waiting on MAGA to give me a picture of the name of her.
Okay, all right. So how about this? We'll try to give them one chance to clean up this mess they've made. Anyone out there got anything over? Any Trump voters out there got a picture of any of the evidence that Donald Trump has delivered on their promises? Just give them a chance. And y'all don't, if they come up here, y'all give them a chance, please, if you don't mind, because I want to see it. Any Trump voters out there got proof of the economy being great? Oh, DJ, you got proof?
DJ, come show us.
Okay.
While we're waiting, can I do a slight correction to Q Dog? Q, slight correction, sir. We did receive those checks, but it was an amount of $6,700 because inflation is up, jobs are down, your gas bill, I'm talking your home gas bill is up, your electricity bill is up, even gas at the pump is up, even though they say it's down. So there's your dose check right there, Q. I know MAGA thought they were going to give the money to us, but what they didn't know it was that we were going to give it back to them.
Oh, good point.
So
Zeus, stop doing that. You're making Tiny TikTok Tim excited.
Lord have mercy, Jim. See, Jim.
See, Takesha. I need Takesha to yell at Jim because if I would have said that, Takesha would have yelled at me.
Jim.
Yeah.
You know one thing to add to that, Nutty, where you go into these different lives with wild man, you will never change. I saw you in the chat.
He's a grinder knocker.
I seen you in the chat. You all that fake talking about, oh, you would invite me to your dinner table, which no. I respectfully decline.
Yeah.
But you full of talk. That you'll never change. Janae will never change.
Nope.
Jamming will never change.
Oh, don't get your jamming.
And the reason why y'all crash out, and I forget that other fool's name that always want to call you names and tell you to shut up and this and that and the other, mute. Blagger.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you want to flip the script and tell folks to shut up and you're stupid and this and that and the other because you're scared to demonize your own self, because that's what you are. You're really telling yourself, but you're trying to make yourself feel good. And Donald Trump is making you feel like you want to feel right about now with the Diddy oil.
DJ.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we might be able to end this show. We might be able to end this show on a high note, and bear with me. DJ said he has solid evidence, and he has shared it with me, but maybe he is willing to share it with all of us. DJ, are you willing to share with us the evidence?
Zeus.
I don't have. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. I don't have my stuff with me.
No, it's a photo.
Did I not show it to you yesterday? Did I not show you proof of gas prices? And I showed you proof of my 401k. Did I not show you that yesterday, Zeus?
I saw photos. But how is it you don't have it if you took a photo? Usually your phone stores the photo after you take it, DJ.
Dude.
So you should have it on you.
I'm
curious, Zeus, how much is the gas that you paying? Because I just put gas in my truck at Costco. How much are you talking about?
I paid $2.33 yesterday.
You paid $2.30. Where'd you pay it at?
That was at a Wawa.
Oh, okay. So help me understand.
But gas is supposed to be $1.99, so that
everybody knows that Costco is probably the lowest price of gas ever. Why is it that I just paid $2.55 a gallon at Costco?
Well, maybe
I just filled it up at 3/4 of a tank, and I have the F-250 truck. So how are you able to find gas cheaper than Costco? Tell me where that is.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm in Virginia.
I'm
I paid
in Virginia.
Okay,
DJ, you gotta stop, man.
Hold on. I just want to make sure he got the photos because I don't like all the talking. I just wanted the photos, DJ. Now, what happened to the photos that you took that you shared with me? Were those Google pictures?
Dude, I have no clue how to share a picture on your live. No clue.
Oh, but the photo is in your phone.
It absolutely is.
Then you can show us.
How do I do that?
Well, you turn the camera on.
We'll walk you through it.
Hold on, this back. I hear somebody. I think that's you, Q Dog. I'm gonna hit mute.
Q-Dog.
Okay, I got you, bro. But yeah, you just hit the green screen on the photo, right? You turn the camera on, you hit the green screen, and then you select it. Now, make sure you look good before you do that, because you might accidentally. Oh, you might turn on your face like that. There you go, DJ. There you go, DJ.
I don't care, Zeus. I'm not scared.
Oh.
Hey, DJ.
Hey.
Nice little face with that voice.
So how do I bring up my screen?
Hit the green.
Trey, cut it out.
Oh Lord.
Say again.
I love you, Takesha.
Is there a green screen? You see the green screen?
I see lots of stuff. I don't see anything that says green screen, brother.
It's not going to say green screen. It's literally going to be a box, and it's going to be a green. It's going to be green, and it's going to have an arrow in the box. That's the green screen.
I see all of y'all's pictures in the queue. I see follow. I don't see a green box anywhere.
DJ, and we need an address. We need an address.
No, we can't get them docked. We can't get them docked.
No, come on, Q-Dog, it's okay.
You really think I'm going to give you?
I'm just curious. I mean, you could just tell me the gas station in the city, and I can look it up
I thought
myself.
you meant his address.
No, that's not
No. I'm talking about the gas.
So that's not going to give you any information. Okay, look up Wawa Broad Street, Henrico County, Virginia. How about that?
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, let me say this. Because gas went down 5 cents in Alabama at the Chevron.
Yeah.
And whoop the damn do. Because gas prices go down like this every winter if you go back and look at charts and stuff. Donald Trump does not control gas prices. That's number one. Let's keep that in mind. What they're gonna do is keep dropping these prices, and we're gonna keep losing rigs, and these people in the gas industry are gonna keep losing their jobs. Unemployment gonna
so
keep
now it's a
going
bad
up.
thing.
Hold
Okay.
on, sweetie, because I didn't
Okay,
interrupt you.
Sorry.
These people in the oil industry that's working the rigs and stuff, they're gonna keep losing their job just like they did his first term when he made that first ridiculous deal with OPEC. It's the same thing he did this time that's gonna crash and mess up our oil rigs and the people that lost their jobs during that time. I could care less about gas. I need my light bill to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to live in safety.
Amen.
I need to know that the president is for all people and not just Republicans.
Amen.
So dismiss me with, I don't care nothing about your 401k, because that ain't helping me at all.
Amen.
I don't have a 401k. I want to be able to afford my medicine. Okay?
That's true.
I never cared about a 401k. I don't care about gas, because guess what Kiki ain't got? No car.
That's for darn sure, because I done had 2 surgeries this year that mount up to about 150 grand. And if it wasn't for insurance, it'd be coming out of my pocket.
I care that the person that gets free insurance on the people's tax dollars, like yourself, did not even want to make a vote so that our premiums could still be affordable. What part are you not understanding? You're paying for Mike Johnson to be able to go wherever he want to go for medical care. He doesn't have to pay a dime because you paying it. But forget us having a break to keep being able to afford our insurance.
They don't even
give me something solid that they done did for all of the American people.
Amen.
And I just want to address something. Everybody in here has the ability to do an easy Google search about what it means when gas is cheap. When gas is cheap in our country, it means that there is a weak economy. Any one of you can easily Google it and know that when gas is cheap, that the economy is not doing well. And they use it as a talking point to make you think that the economy is doing well. But it means that unemployment is high. It means inflation's going up. It means the housing market's not doing well. That is what it means. And the only people in this economy that are doing well are the top 1% and a few right below that. So make no excuse for these people who try to come up on these panels and tell you otherwise. You know what's happening in your home. And I'm gonna even go a step further. When you have 20 defectors on the Republican Party because they know their constituents are hurting, they know that healthcare costs are doubling and in some places quadrupling, you know that they understand that the economy is tanking. It is not doing well. It is only doing well for a certain pigmentation in this country and a certain group of people. And you need to start recognizing that using Google to educate yourself and being prepared for research is important. Because all you have to put into a search engine is what does it mean when gas is cheap for the economy? And it will give you a breakdown. It'll tell you exactly what that means. It's never good. In addition to that, less people are traveling right now. So in order for those oil companies to make any type of money, they have to bring the cost down to get people, to encourage people to travel. So let that sink in also, that during the winter, to Takesha's point, less people travel anyway, except for around the holidays, but they're dropping the prices because more and more people are choosing to stay in place and not purchase things. And it is imperative to go look. I would literally tell you, shut up, DJ. No one's talking to you. If you're on the fucking panel, why are you texting? Excuse my French, Mama Zeus. The bottom line is this. If you go to any CVS to get stocking stuffers right now, any Walgreens, the cost of candy alone, go check it out. The cost of candy alone is triple. $23 for bags of candy, you guys.
Wow.
Chocolate in particular. Why? Because people cannot access the stuff that they need because of all the tariffs, because of all the things that are happening. You don't have to believe us on the panel. Do yourself a favor and research it and stop listening to the MAGA talking heads who have an income that's going to take care of them no matter what.
Right.
And 401ks, most people in the country are not afforded a 401k that's going to take care of them. The bottom line is you have to have money to make money generally in this economy. And that is what they're telling you, is that the greediest are taking from the neediest day in and day out. Full stop.
Before we get off this panel, I just want to add that we have our insurances for our congressional members. They don't have to pay a deductible.
Get out of here.
It is a la carte. It is full 100% coming out of our pocket. They don't have to meet a deductible. They don't have to meet an out-of-pocket expense. It's fully paid for. But before
Thank
Swerve
you, Nutty.
goes-
That's what I was saying.
Yes, before Swerve goes, and Swerve, how are you, buddy? Hope you're well. DJ, I'm glad you're here, actually, because the last time you and I talked, you were supposed to get on this panel that you're on right now. You were supposed to get on this panel in front of the entire kingdom, and you were supposed to criticize Donald Trump for the strikes on the boats.
Oh.
You were supposed to do that, DJ. And from my understanding, because I came in late the next time you were on, I came in late. You were supposed to get up here without hesitation and without making excuses for this regime. You were supposed to say, hey, I disavow it. And you did not do that.
Oh.
I need you to be a man of your word. You know the conversation I'm speaking of, DJ. I need you to be a man of your word. Ready, set, go.
I am a man of my word. Absolutely, Nutty. But at the same time, I do disavow the boat strikes without proof of what was on those boats. Now,
see, that's where you're supposed to end, right there, DJ.
Yeah.
That's where
no,
you're
no, no,
supposed to
no.
end.
Oh no, you don't get to tell me exactly how I'm going to speak.
Oh,
My
no, no,
piece.
no. Because if you're
No,
going to
Nutty,
disavow,
I'm not
you
just going
can't
to
have
say
a
what you
but.
want me to, what you want to hear.
If you're going, no,
Is
if
what
you're
I
going to
said that what
disavow,
you
there
want to hear?
cannot be a
hold on
but.
1 second, Nutty. Let me intervene with this. First and foremost, this is the thing that really baffles me about folks that voted for Trump and voted for and that are just pure MAGA.
Q,
See,
maybe if you let
it's
them finish their
amazing. Every
sentence, then
time,
you would
hold
get to
on
know the
1
whole
second.
deal.
1 second, DJ. No heavy lifting. Just listen. See, the thing that really unalives me about folks like yourself. See, when Donald Trump starts to speak about something, y'all seem to automatically become experts about stuff. When it comes to MS-13, now you ain't heard nothing else about MS-13 since it stopped coming out of Donald Trump's mouth.
Oh, that's true.
Now, my question to you is that why is it MAGA always about me, 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 me? When have you came up here talking about gas, what I pay for gas? What about the grandmother that's taking care of the three grandchildren and gotta feed them and have to put gas in her car in order to take them back and forth to school? What about that? Because I have a school that my child goes to that there is no buses. Every parent here, from grandparent to regular parent, has to pick up their child and drop them off. You don't have no mention about anybody else except for yourself. MAGA is so selfish, it makes me sick to my stomach. And every
So
time
because I
y'all get
said the
up on a
price of
panel
gas
and
that I'm
y'all got
paying, that
something
makes
to
me
say,
selfish.
no, every time you get up on a panel, it's about me, me, me. You're selfish.
That's true.
Selfish
That's
to the
true.
core.
Now, but okay, now that's true. Now, I do need to make sure Brother Swervin gets a voice on the show before Big Zeus has to get out. But DJ, I'll be fair. Did you want to respond to anything Nutty or Q Dog said before I give it to Swerve?
Absolutely. I mean, you guys want to judge everything.
You got 1 minute. Because I gotta
Okay.
be, but please go ahead and please no.
I respect that. I don't even know if I'll be a minute. Okay. But you guys want to judge what I say without ever letting me finish what I want to say. And you say, oh, well, DJ's he's going to flip flop. He's going to do this. He's going to do the other. 99% of the time that I speak on this panel, before I say anything, I get interrupted. Okay. Lakeisha has a point about people that don't have a 401k. And I understand that.
You mean Takesha?
I apologize. Please forgive me, ma'am. Please forgive me. I didn't mean no disrespect by that.
You've been reading the comments too.
But I
I
understand
didn't
what
take
she's
it in
saying. I
disrespect.
do. But when I come in this room and I hear people saying that the stock market and 401ks are tanking or gas prices have gone up, like Nutty just said, that is not true. Okay. So I give my personal experience. Q-Dog, if you pay $2.55 for gas, whenever it was that you paid for it, that is a cheaper price than what you've been paying. I mean, I think that it's a good thing for all of us. Now, if
it's been bouncing
I drive a
between
lot
$2.50 and
for work. I drive a
$3.
lot. So gas prices are very important to me. Okay. I'm not trying to be selfish, but that's a good thing for me when gas prices come down. Maybe that is selfish. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
But Zeus asked me to give him proof.
You know what's important? You know what's important, DJ?
No. Let him finish.
Wait, let him
You gotta let him finish.
Let him finish. That's what he said. He gets interrupted. Come on, guys.
Yeah, we gotta let him finish so that I can get
the
him
last
out of here.
thing that I just want to address what Nutty asked me, and I want to make sure that Nutty understands where I stand. Do I think that they should be blowing these boats up without proof? It's extremely concerning to me that we've never seen the proof. Okay, we've never seen it. Do I think that we need to take it to those guys, to those narco terrorists? Absolutely. Okay. But we do, at least Congress needs to see the proof. At least our representatives need to see it. I don't agree with it. There's lots of things that I don't agree with on Donald Trump. What he did with Rob Reiner was horrendous. Horrendous. He should be smacked upside the head for that. Okay. And Zeus, I respect you and your time. Thank you for letting me come up.
All right.
And
all right,
y'all have a great day.
Yeah, you and keep working on the rehabilitation. I'm teaching you.
No, I'm
Swerve,
not.
Swerve.
Thank you, Zeus.
Yeah, Swerve. What do you got for us?
So
Thank you.
Good morning, all you beautiful tiny people living in my telephone, and good morning to all you beautiful tiny people living in the kingdom.
Yes.
First of all, I really don't care what DJ ever has to say. That's number one. And then listening to tiny tank top, two toes, testicle, turkey neck Tom this morning.
Yeah.
I don't care what he has to say because I'm gonna tell you right now, the fact that he sat there and he said, and I quote, "My daughter does not have the traits or characteristics that I look for in a woman." That means he has actually looked at his daughter in that manner and said, "Nah, probably not." That's exactly what that means. That's a sick man.
Facts.
That's a sick man, okay? Pure, plain, and simple. When Donald Trump said what he said about Ivanka, they tried to excuse it away. Oh, well, he was just joking. Okay, again, I will ask the question, MAGA. What kind of sick-ass man would let a thought go through their head like that about their own child? What kind of sick man would even joke about something like that? Oh, Donald Trump, that kind of sick man. Now, I got my 401k statement, and it came in from Liberty Mutual, and they were like, yeah, I opened it up. I'm like, oh, here come the money. You know what the note said on it, Zeus?
What is
Not
that?
today, Satan.
Oh.
Not today, Satan.
Wow.
Okay. And
you hear this, DJ?
I'm gonna tell you like this. I know people do not have, the majority of this country are not invested in the stock market and 401ks. I agree with Keisha. And the reason there's no money in my 401k, well, in all honesty, cards on the table, I haven't put any money into it in over a year now. Okay. And that's what I've kind of been living off of until everything got straightened out with the Social Security office. Now, having said all of that, when we still see utility costs going up, and I've said this before in my lives, Zeus, I'm a single man. I'm a single Pringle, ready to mingle. And I live in a 1,200 square foot house. It's me and my dog. My electric bill is $272 a month. My washer and my dryer and my microwave are all unplugged right now because they all have computers in them. And they're all constantly trying to reach out to the network, right? That costs electricity. That costs money. Those things are unplugged. My coffee pot, my tea kettle, unplugged when not in use. My ice maker, unplugged when not in use. And I know my dog, I know Maz isn't sitting here rocking out the Xbox 24 hours a day. Okay, so I know that's not happening. So here's the crappy thing. When he got elected, my electric bill was about $150, $169 a month. Here I am less than a year later, it's $200, my last electric bill that was paid, $272 a month. All right. So no, this whole notion of drill baby bill, drill, it shows exactly how stupid MAGA is, because he said we're going to drill all the oil out of the ground and we're going to be winning and we're going to get your utility costs cut, this, that, and the third, right? Yet none of it's happened. Oil coming out of the ground does not reflect on your electric bill. It never will, because that oil is not produced to run the power of your home. That's how stupid they are. And the last thing I want to say, well, two more things, actually. One, I told you I'm a single Pringle ready to mingle, so I joined a dating site for people my age. It's called Carbon Dating. So
He
but
said
no.
carbon dating.
But
Such a mess.
But no, so and I know this is that spirit of the year where we try to give and give and give. And I saw some good fortune come my way from the VA. So myself and my neighbor, we went down to Aldi's and they had run out of turkeys. But so what I did was I used the good fortune from the VA and I got 10 turkey breasts. They were like 8 or 9 pounds each. And we delivered those to the Columbus, Ohio homeless shelter yesterday morning, right, when we left Aldi's. And, you know, I know not everybody has that spirit. I sent one of my mutuals a couple of those gift cards. I gave one to my infusion therapy nurse. I gave one to my home caregiver. And I spent the rest. Am I going to need money for food next month? Probably not. But the fact of the matter is, if you have it to give and you don't have that need, try to give a little bit whenever you can. And lastly, I wanted to end with this. And, you know, I don't know how big this is going to be, but I do have a small update on attacking because I know a lot of people have been looking for him. All right. So, and this is all I got. A couple of weeks ago, I followed one of his accounts. Okay. And on December 15th, I got email notification that he followed me back. So he's still out and about and he's still checking his tickety talks. So if anybody, that's the only brief update that I got on him. That's it.
Well, thank you for that, because that means a lot.
Yeah, it does. At least he's.
Yeah, we're praying for him.
But if you're listening to us attacking, ping somebody to say I'm doing okay. Like do something. Send up a flag.
Send up a smoke signal. Send out a raven. Whatever you got to do.
All right. Well, listen. We time to get up out of here.
All right,
I
thanks,
just
Zeus. Love you
Jim
guys.
wanted to say something real quick.
Jim, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to go off of what Swervin was saying because yesterday I dropped off much of my mom's personal hygiene for women items that we had on subscription that had arrived at the house, and I donated it to the food bank. When I tell you the people at the food bank were so grateful because they don't receive a lot, especially during this time of year, for personal hygiene for women, especially whether it's incontinence or the menstruation, so please make sure that if there's something you want to do this holiday season, remember that produce and personal hygiene products that the food bank does give it out. They do allow them to take it for free. They do not charge people. I know that a lot of people seem to think about, selling stuff and doing that. But I just want to remind people that when I left yesterday after dropping it off, the gratitude that I felt, my mom would have been proud of me that I donated it to a place that people were going to be able to use it for free.
Absolutely.
And that so many people were going to be taken care of. So if there's anything, if you have coats you're not wearing, if you have food that you're not using, canned goods you don't like, if you have the ability to go to the grocery store and buy fresh bags of produce and drop it off, remember that most of these people only get to eat canned or dried goods throughout the year. Do something kind for your neighbors because there are a lot of people hurting out there. Just make sure that if you have the ability to, even if it's one bag of diapers or one bag of hygiene products, that one bag helps one person during this really rough season. And that's all I wanted to say. And I appreciate Swervin, as always, coming up and bringing that up. I was going to address it. And I appreciate all the love. I've seen the comments. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm doing okay. Every day's a new emotion and a new journey. Today's day 19. So thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you.
All right. The love is there. Thank you, everyone.
Bruce, I just
Thank
want to finish up with this real quick. I want y'all, if I don't get to see you, I'll be holding Fascist Friday this afternoon on my live. We're going to be talking about Lutnick. And we're going to be talking about him. And if I don't get to see anyone else anymore until next year or whenever I see you again, do me a favor, everyone, please. Be well, be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you do it.
All right. Oh my gosh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's an amazing panelist. All right, Big Zeus has to get up out of here. Despite being reported multiple times, I don't know how this show was somehow able to stay on the rails. It just shows how great of a pilot I am, really the host and the pilot. So, number one, W, Big Zeus. Thank you, honestly. But secondly, and seriously, I want to give a special thank you to all these subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. All right, hold on. Q-Dog, you said you had one more thing to add. I can't even add you. I can't send you an invite. I don't know what that is. Are you okay? There, maybe that's what it is. Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can get it in and out. Yes, what do you got?
Hey, right quick. I wanted to just share with this for anybody that's MAGA that's just selfish in their own mind. There was a young man about a week ago. I was at the gas station getting some gas, Sunoco gas station, and I was having a conversation, daddy-daughter talk with my child about doing the right thing. And I was going into the gas station. I seen this young man. He couldn't have been no more between 25 to 30 years old, less than 30, digging in the garbage can, trying to find something to eat.
Wow.
I gave the last cash in my pocket to him to get something to eat. And I also asked the gentleman that was inside, that owns the gas station, to try to get this young brother something to eat. And the one thing that he said out of his mouth, he said, "I'm just going through a hard time right now, but God is good."
Amen.
This is what you guys, and tomorrow is me and my daughter are going to donate some of our time to my frat brother Shaka Claus Foundation in Henry County. and we're going to be there giving children a Christmas that are less fortunate. When I tell you, these are kids that don't have anything. They probably don't even have their parents for a tragedy or whatnot. I need you all to really, really take time and think and thank God for what you have and what you're blessed with at this point in time. I'm talking to you, MAGA, that you got to take time and show some kindness to people. I done seen for the last 6 months to a year, nothing but hatred. Y'all want to say that we hating. No, we don't hate, but we expose you of the things that you do and say in a hatred manner. Do something kind this season for somebody.
Please. Amen.
Please.
Amen. All right, brother.
That's all I have.
That's all I have. WQ dog. Hey, you got to get it out. I appreciate it. Hello, Kabira. Word around town is that it is your birthday today, and so what we need to do is see if we can get Kabira to come on up here. I know you hate it. You probably like me. You hate it. But if you don't mind, I'll give you some time. Maybe you don't want to do it, maybe not. But if you don't want to come up, we'll go ahead and say it. Everyone, let's just say happy birthday. I get it. I don't want to put you on blast, all right? But thank you, all right? If you know Kabira, please wish her well, all right? Yours is the 24th. Well, we're going to have to celebrate it in here, all right? I was trying to send her an invite. I don't know where she's at now. I don't know. I was going to send her up an invite, and then we were going to have Takesha come up here, and Takesha was going to sing happy birthday. We're going to play the music. It was going to be a grand celebration. But again, happy birthday, seriously, sis. You snuck in the box, and if I would have knew what I knew now, because you told me, but I didn't really put it together, I would have got you right there. But you know what? And you can ask attacking. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I promise you, I'm gonna get you one way or another. So you can run, but you can't hide. W Zeus, trust me. Yeah, trust me. I'm gonna find you. I know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now back to closing things out. I want to give all of you, honestly, a huge round of applause, especially to the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You did an outstanding job ending today's show on a high note. All right, but on that note, I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this round of booze and shame goes out to. No, nothing needs to be said. Let's just give it to him. You already know why.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
W Zeus. Somebody said, hold on. He said failed rapper. CXJJR. Why don't you come up here and I'll give you a minute to spit a rhyme or two. All right. If you think I'm a failed rapper, I'll come up. Send me an invite, and I'll let you get a whole minute to yourself, and you just show me what you would do. If I were to let you into a studio, one of the studios that I get to go to, and I just want to see what you would do. All right? You don't want to come up here? I didn't think so. W Zeus. Hey, you stick to doing what you do in the comments, all right? You look real good doing it with a few followers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care.
Yeah. Gotta wait and chain up.
Did you miss me? It bothers you. 1600 on the way, ladies and gentlemen. It'll release on Christmas. Brother! Marissa, I see ya. Let's go. Out here looking brilliant. No Stevie, hey, I'm the go flow sharper than a blade. Four class, stick these clowns, pay for all the shade.
Bustin' moves on me, got the game in a choke.
Needed the doubt, now my legacy's hitting is bespoke. From the Bay to DC, I keep them on their toes. Thank you all, Cindy, Drummer, all of you. Wow, it's amazing. Thank you, Lady Boss. You've done an amazing job once again. I don't know how you do it. Cole S.J., Merry Christmas. Making history right here. Hey, posted in the Oval Office, trapping in the zone. Skirt fast to hate, got my foot on the gas. I'm bulletproof, yeah, my aura is built to last. Slack with the plan, moving chestnut, checker, queen free. Level up, we taking over. December 25th, 1600 Pennsylvania hits the stores. Oh my gosh, you should hear what people are saying. They say, wow, we've never heard anything. Posted in the Capitol, moving like I own the block. Risk game presidential, got the nation in a lot. Got the Amex, yeah, 100, no facade, drip celestial, shining brighter than a star. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. With the moves, turn the dreams into chandeliers. Beauty, you, 1600, I'm the one flexing, I'm the new successor. Back in legacy, with old bars of new crown. Trap soul in the White House, DC is the town. Woke up in the mansion, views on the east. Ready, I'm in. No cap, I'm the vibe, turn the calm in the storm. Got the world dropping bombs like I'm reading out a song. Ops trying to glitch, but my code is unbreakable. Skibidi through the storm, legacy unshakable. Make the whole world flip, busting off the charts, got the game in a trance. Drip too wavy, yeah, make you wanna dance. Yes. Y'all ready for it? December 25th. You're gonna be shocked, I promise you. You will. I'm out of here.